The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Dick Tracy, Wethead. Dick Tracy, the Dry Look. Clark Kent, Wethead. Clark Kent, the Dry Look. Shazam, Wethead. Shazam, the Dry Look.
The Dry Look makes a good guy look even better. And only Gillette has the adjustable valve to spray as light and dry as you like. So come on, hero. Get rid of that wet look. Get the Dry Look from Gillette. Aerosol, and now a liquid too.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
First-time
Caller.
First-time caller.
After downloading the free Discord app, use the invite link in the description or scan this QR code with your phone to be taken to the Beyond Wednesdays Discord server.
First-time listener, long-time caller.
There you will see the Modern Comic Mayhem category on the left with the call-in waiting room. Join that call-in waiting room, set up your camera and your mic, and have your questions ready.
Call me now!
We're chit-chatting backstage. You guys know we start the show with the sesh every Saturday night, and now that Discord is working again, we're able to shoot the shit backstage. So if you guys ever want to jump in the Discord, that's the easiest way to get in contact with us. If you ever want to call into the show, use the Discord. We're usually in the after show lounge, or like we are, let's see here, right now we're usually in the live show lounge, or we're in call-in live. If you see Beyond Wednesdays and call-in live, that's like a call-in. You guys can call in then, but usually I'm just too lazy and I just keep it in live show lounge because that's where we're going to be before and after the show. So that's how you do that.
Yeah, we have a new segment now, so hopefully Chad Cave will tell us the story again.
Yeah.
Now that we have all the listeners like watching.
Yeah, high comic moments and the greatest high comic moments in history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
so your story, Chad.
Yeah, Chad, you got to tell it now, bro.
We're gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah, don't leave us hanging. He's gonna leave us hanging. Look at this.
Oh no! Like Mike to the face. Like, let's go. Tell the story. It was funny. It was good.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's a good warm-up act.
You utilize the Discord if you guys want to hang out with us or call into the show.
Stage
What's going on,
fright.
gents?
Oh, stage. Oh, but we could also have Selden retell the story if he wants to.
Yeah. Dude, what a fucking great sesh moment for songs. We had The Cure in there. We had Farside in there. It was probably top 5 hip-hop acts. We had God Lives Underwater, which is one of the most underrated rock bands in history. And fucking Remo drops this on us. He says, I know them personally, and because I was talking about Fat Lip's solo album. He goes, I know them personally, and that is a very complicated situation, to say the least. So why aren't you on here telling that story, bro? We got to hear that story. Shoot me your email, your Gmail account, Addy, on IG, bro, when you get a chance. All right. What do we got? We got some interesting stuff to talk about tonight. Lots of interesting stuff that kind of just happened. Number one being the craziest shit is all the artists talking on social media and YouTube channels lately. Have you guys been following the saga of the Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld podcasts?
No.
Oh wait, are they on together or are they their own separate podcasts?
So McFarlane went on Cartoonist Kayfabe, which is the best comic book content out there, period, bar none. And he talked with those two guys, and they asked him some really good questions. It was the type of questions that, like, when I think about doing a really good interview, these are the type of questions that I wish I could come up with. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
To Todd McFarlane that you usually you don't hear. And Todd basically said on there some really crazy things. He talked about some very interesting stuff, some stuff we're going to play later. But some of the craziest stuff was that what him and Rob Liefeld did a podcast. They both talked about Jim Lee. And you usually don't hear stuff about Jim Lee. Like, Jim Lee's like the guy that lays low. You know what I mean? He just stays quiet on
like
stuff.
Almost like the untouchable, right?
Yeah, whatever, man. Those three guys, like, there's a Rushmore. I was trying to find a picture for the thumbnail. I was just trying to find like a picture of like Rushmore of current comic gods, creators, like, and it would be like those three dudes up there to put behind the image, because everybody's talking about those Image guys all of a sudden. They're coming back. Yeah. They're at the age where, do we need...
I was gonna say it's been like 30 years, since they released that stuff, and they're still sticking around the industry. So
dude, the way that Todd McFarlane talks about it is so good. It's one of the best podcasts. I brought it up on every show I've done in the past week, just because it was really that good. Their content is the best, period. But they do these great interviews, and they're creators themselves. You know what I mean? So like, does something keep popping on and I'm not hearing it? Let me figure this shit out.
I'm not sure, but real quick, Thorough. I just call him Uncle Jim, Yeah. Which is, okay, to dive a little bit deeper into that joke, my mom's maiden name is actually Lee. Like Lee.
Hold on here. Let me grab this.
I guess that wasn't that funny.
Sorry, dude. I am super chiefed right now. I
just got out of band practice, so we warm up with Bong Hero. So
I always wanted to like start a band called Chiefed, and then how they have like the lead singer's name and then the backup band, that's a naming thing, like have it be Chiefed and the High as Fuck. The band is called High as Fuck.
Nice.
Hold on here.
Oh, do you know how they have those like dab cartridges called like Big Chiefs? You just get sponsored by them.
I don't fuck with dab cartridges. Those things fuck me up. They kill my throat. AI artist list. Have you heard about this list that's going around? That Midjourney. Yeah, that's another crazy story we're gonna get into, and then we'll talk about FOC. Of course, we've got drama to talk about. There's always
already kicking off the new year already with drama. Is that why Binkies is here?
Well,
I mean, you might as well just change it to the Binky segment at this point.
Yeah. There is more thievery in the comics world. I've been kind of forgetting to talk about it, but we'll get into that.
And there's more layers to the CGC onion these days, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
How deep does that onion get? I mean, I know they had their list come out.
That list seems a little incomplete.
Of course.
So, I mean, but if you read their thing, they said they were going to release more numbers. Like once certain ones were turned in or whatever, they were going to start swapping out those on the list and then put out more. I feel like they're just going to release 350 at a time, right?
Probably.
Because how bad would it look if you released a list of I don't know, 2,000 books, 5,000 books, right? That probably wouldn't look good out of their
listen,
millions of collectibles created every year.
The bottom line is they have to do some major changes before anybody's gonna feel different about it, and because the stories, it's got legs, right?
Yeah.
What is that? There's that saying in journalism that I remember hearing from old 30s movies. What is it like? If you hear about it once, it's a sniff. If you hear about it twice, it might be something. If you hear about it 3 times, it's a story, or something like that. Like we've heard about this 3 different ways from Sunday, for 3 different things on multiple different podcasts. I'm surprised. Has Bleeding Cool talked about it?
I thought there was a brief mention, but that's about it.
Yeah, I thought you pulled up an article this past Wednesday. From
Bleeding Fool has talked about it. A lot of people don't realize that. They think that that's like a Freudian slip whenever I call it Bleeding Fool. There's a webpage.
So
there's a webpage called Bleeding Fool, yeah.
So there was an article on Wednesday just giving kind of the rough run over everything, but no real commentary or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so I thought you were just joking around with their name, by calling it.
We'll get into that shit.
The layout of their website looks very similar.
Shout out to AOA.
Ooh, gifting a membership. I need to click on to see if I can win one.
Yeah. And then you guys got any pickups? You guys get anything interesting yet?
Nah, nothing this week.
I went to a card show today. Picked up this Inception box.
Yeah, you should open that.
Tops.
Open that shit live.
The patches in this stuff has been insane. Do you want me to open it live here?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how far we get.
It's 1 pack, 1 pack and 7 cards. I don't mind. I'll open it towards the end or whatever. During pickup time.
Yeah, make it easy, bro. Let's make it easy. 1 pack makes it easy. I love those. What do they call them? They're Breaker's Delight, I think they're called.
I bought a box of that as well. It hasn't come in yet for Topps Chrome update, but I like the hits in that. You don't get a lot of the base. You don't get any base cards, and it's they have their own inserts for that, and then there's 2 or 3 autos.
Yeah.
And then and then some of their inserts are just incredible in there.
Real quick, I wanna talk about. I give shit about the G.I. Joe covers as of late, because I thought that they just haven't been good. And I've also given shit about certain Maria Wolf covers as late, but she has been absolutely on fire, and she's killed it.
I saw that too.
Yeah, with a freaking G.I. Joe cover, a Cobra Commander cover. Look how good that looks.
I feel like she married some of her Marvel work and then just slapped Cobra Commander on top of it.
Holy cow, dude. The snake shit's badass.
But the Cobra looks so good too. I feel like the work on her body work has gotten more proportional compared to what it's been, where it was a little bbit more exaggerated, right?
It looks good with the trade too.
So it reminds me of the Fortnite Zero War cover she did. I think it was a 1 in 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the background. It's different color, but same dragon snake thing.
Yeah.
It's badass.
But
So,
I like the intricacy stuff that she does in her backgrounds and stuff.
yeah, I like when I get everything as art, fucking whatever. I like when like there's a certain style of art
That hand is
like,
a little rough.
Yeah. But I mean, like compared to like her other stuff, right?
Well, I like sometimes when it's disproportionate. I like comic art sometimes. I like when it has like a look to it of drawn art. I like that sometimes. I like traditional tattoo style sometimes. You know what I mean? Like that shit looks fucking childish as hell, but it looks badass sometimes. So I'm getting tired of everything looking so hyper realistic.
Oh yeah, where it's becoming like a blur between like hyperrealism and a photograph.
Yes.
Or / AI now at this point.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I feel like at this point we see so much. Even if it doesn't start as digital art, it gets pulled into something digital then touched up, and it's just it's lost the humanity.
Oh yeah, of like these imperfections, right? Yeah.
Yep. Agree. So shout out to Big Clutch, who is running this with Drew at Wanted Comics, Rups Comics, and JJ's Comics and Art. All four of those guys are stand-up, outstanding retailers in this game that I would put their logos on shit that I do because I respect the hell out of them. So
I think you said like 2 or 3 stickers I have on my base already. So
right, fuck it.
Yeah.
Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, and I love running into Rups Comics at conventions because like no matter what big convention you're at, if you see them there, you know it's gonna be a good show to dig through comics.
Yeah. Fucking A. Did you guys see I wish Nate was here to talk about this, but Binkies, you're a hockey guy, right? Did you see the World Junior stuff?
No.
Oh, bro, this shit was crazy, dude. They brawled, like literally brawled with Sweden in Sweden for the championship. It was crazy, dude. And I just want to play it because I wanted to play it for everybody to see if I can find it. There's a moment where they're fighting and it's freaking awesome. But shout out to those guys. American juniors winning the
Those
World
juniors
Juniors.
and like younger leagues like this are always a blast to watch live because it's they're trying to move up.
Yeah. Shout out to Billy at Economics and Comics, another one of the best guys in the game. Make sure to go check out his shit. He drops a $4.99 super chat. He says, "Happy Saturday. Make sure to pick up Ultimate Spider-Man #1 Wednesday. It's a good read."
Nice.
Yeah. So shout out to the World Juniors champs. Look at this shit. How stoked
Look at the chat. There's quite a bit of hockey fans.
Right? Bro, like there was some amazing moments in this. I'm going to show you guys. That's just absolutely unreal.
Did you see the hit on Bedard this week?
Oh, bro. I feel
Shattered his jaw.
I know.
Shattered his jaw?
Yeah.
Yep. Is he out for this season?
Fuck yeah.
Indefinitely.
Yeah.
What? Indefinitely?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
They need to see how his
concussion.
jaw heals.
Damn. I mean, like, and then just think about how much people have invested into his cards already, like right off the bat, right? Like he was a short print in Series 1, and he's in Series 2, right?
And what's crazy is it was a clean hit too. Totally clean hit.
So he just has a glass jaw then, huh?
Yeah, he's got something. It's in several. It's a broken glass jaw right now, that's for sure.
So check this out.
Center ice, we got some issues here. Look at him, Mackey's into it.
30 seconds before the end of the game. USA's up 6-2. It's in Sweden. This dude hasn't played a shift on the ice. They put him in at the end of the game, this big dude, and he just starts fighting.
How big is that kid? Jesus.
Right? And the United States kids
guy or whatever?
fuck him up.
Or are you talking about the US dude?
The Swedish dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so he was just in there in the game just to be. Oh, here we go. We have the hockey expert here now.
Do you see this, bro?
I have not.
Oh, bro. So just to lay it out, the United States World Juniors in Sweden. They're playing Sweden for the championship. They're up 6-2 in the third, and it just becomes a brawl at the end. And the United States is about to win
in the third.
30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Yeah, watch. And Sweden puts in this dude, this fucking monster, and he just goes out there and he starts brawling.
He's apparently 6'4".
Bob Probert for Sweden.
Yeah, watch.
These are considered the two best teams going in. And at center ice, we got some issues here.
I'm definitely going to get hit with copyright on this shit.
I thought these guys were supposed to be the, hey, we won't cause any problems, just go around us.
This is great, man. This doesn't happen in hockey anymore, you guys. I love to see this. This was what used to make...
I love those USA jerseys.
Though it did happen at the Flyers game today. I don't know if you saw that this morning.
Fuck the Flyers. I hate the Flyers.
Yeah, I'm about to say Rick Tocchet show back up.
So, Nate, are you still investing into Bedard cards?
You know, I hate that he got that broken jaw. But, Tyler and I actually just won our fantasy league, and we got $1,500. So we'd actually talked to Bill at the shop, and he said that he would give us the cost on an unopened case.
Are you still going to buy a case?
For Series 1.
Don't buy Series 1. Oh, just to get the short print? And leave it unopened?
Open it. We're just going to put it away.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. That's smart. You can probably get them for cheap right now, too.
Like one or two raws, and then buying and get them grading, and then buying a case of Series 1, and then just putting it away.
See, when we were talking at the shop, I thought you were talking about buying a case of that of the patch cards or whatever.
Oh no, I hadn't opened those, but so that's I just want to open a box, but I didn't want to spend the money. I actually bought a box of the Art of Hockey.
Mm.
I'll show you the pools later. It's
okay. Oh, so I went to a card show today. Like that was at the hotel that was by Hobby Airport.
Oh, thanks for the invitation.
Well, I figured it was too far for you to go to. Like on.
Yeah.
So that's why I was, because it's like a 20-minute drive for me. So that's why I was like, yeah. I mean, they did this show like quarterly.
The Conroe does that, and theirs is next week.
Okay, yeah. So it's like the same people that show up.
Same idea.
Yeah. So like, I got a preview of what you're gonna see next week. So
Here we
a lot
go.
of Astros cards.
Yeah, which is good. And Bedard had just gotten voted in as the youngest All-Star of all time. And then Connor was supposed to happen part 2 next week.
He must have just hit him perfectly, dude.
Yeah, and it's totally.
Yeah, it's not his. You got to keep your head up. I mean, it's not their fault.
No, I mean you can see you literally skate it right into the dude.
Watch out!
Ooh.
Damn. Well, and it looks like he had just lifted up his head too at that moment.
But he's going down, and this guy's standing there. Wham! I mean, live and learn.
Well, it didn't look like a small dude either. Like that guy was pretty big that he ran into.
Dude, have you seen these guys? I mean, they are just, when you go to a hockey game, like watching a live hockey game is one of the best experiences. But these guys on skates, I mean, it's like having NBA players, but they're skating around and going so fast.
Yep.
They are amazing athletes. And they're the ones who tear the ACLs and come back a week later. I mean, there is, any guys like Bedard and those guys, like, it's amazing. Like I think the mindset of the young stars when it comes to the NHL, they're all about hockey and their team. You don't hear so much about them. Like, I'm going to sit down for a couple games to rest. I mean, with these guys, they want at it all the time. All they want to do is win the Stanley Cup. That is
fucking A. It's the greatest trophy in sports, dude.
You got
the greatest championship in sports,
hands down.
Yep.
So the Stanley Cup, the ones that people are going crazy for at Target.
Do they have one at Target? What's going on?
Did you hear about this? Like, so
those fuckers are going for $80 right now.
I thought they were going for like $200 or something.
What
like
are
that. So they
might have gone up since last beginning of this week.
So you know, like the Yeti cups.
Oh, you're talking about the Starbucks
like,
shit.
Same idea, right?
Yeah. So there's a brand called Stanley, and they did a collaboration with Starbucks.
You almost got me on there, bro. I was about to be stoked that there was going to be like a badass replica Stanley Cup at Target you could get or something.
So what's funny is the post that I saw that had some of the early pricing. It was somebody from Canada, and their follow up was, "Well, it's selling for this much in Canada because this is the only Stanley Cup that we're ever going to be able to get."
Jack Hughes injured in the same game. Wow.
Like with how crazy people were going at Target, people were going behind the counters at Starbucks and stuff like that, and straight up stealing the boxes. And then like running out of the stores at Target and stuff like that, and people were like tackling them, like, you know, non-employees or whatever. Like people were straight up taking bags of people that repurchased them. Like, yeah, that shit was going insane.
I will say just real quickly on the hockey front, if you've watched it, like Edmonton got off such a bad start, they're moving up. Unfortunately, the Red Wings kind of keep working their way down, but
I'm just here to hate Boston.
Oilers, they get some goaltending
and watch the Rangers. That's all I'm here for.
Dude, the Rangers have a great chance to win the cup this year,
bro. My favorite fucking player is Chris Kreider, dude. That dude is such a fucking badass. He's been great every year. He puts in good numbers. He's a great fucking leader. And hopefully he'll be one of those guys that will win a cup and stay with the same team his whole career. I doubt it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right.
They've got let the young kids kind of play a little more, like Lafayette, like they letting him.
Dude, remember they were talking so much shit about him.
Army is just he could be Conn Smythe, or not Conn Smythe, but the Hart. He could.
Yeah.
He's.
Oh dang! A $50 cup is now selling for $300. That's crazy.
Dude. Yeah, that's nuts.
It's not like you even get like free Starbucks with it or anything like that, or do you?
Is it just because it's selling on the secondary market for so much?
Well, like people were like literally like lined up to go buy this. Like there's like crazy like Black Friday like store fights for these cups.
$1 million.
Shit.
Yeah, see the guy that stole the case.
I still have the Bud Light cups, the ones that are they have the Bluetooth that are the puck, or they'll make the sound if you hit the goal with your.
Oh,
team.
I have one of those. Yeah.
You
set it up for your favorite team. Anytime the Rangers score, it goes off.
Yeah, and it goes off.
Yeah, and it sounds like the Rangers horn too.
Are you rolling deep in this like cup game, like selling them for like $200, $300?
No, I know they I've tried to get in. It's too crazy. People are crazy for the shit.
$190.
Yeah, it's the pink ones specifically that are going bananas.
Oh, is this the pink ones?
Yeah, the pink ones for the Valentine's Day ones.
114.
Yeah, let me pick those out. I'll find the right color. Those are green, sir. Yeah, whatever.
185. Wow. Go make some money.
That's what people are going nuts for?
Well,
I thought this would actually look like a Stanley Cup.
You saw the video,
that would
right?
Make sense. Like make a Yeti that actually kind of forms into it.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Shit.
I saw some video where some chick like camped out overnight, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Well, have you seen those cups where they're like retractable bongs?
We live in 2024.
The retractable bong that looks like a coffee cup too.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck off. I'm taking them all.
Lord.
Get away. Nope, you're not going nowhere. You know where you're going? nowhere.
Yeah, dude, the sun's not even up. That's too early.
He got some good shorts on there. His ass crack.
Are those underoos?
Yeah. That's tough to do as a fat man. Let me tell you.
I recognize those. They
It's
look
tough
like
to do.
the Wonder Womans.
Look at this. Yeah.
Oh, he still gets one. Hey, fuck you, I'm taking one, motherfucker. And these girls like, ha, we got it. Early.
Look at that.
Fucking weird, dude.
Male Karen.
That dude's a hardcore fentanyl addict that's on the come up, brother. That's what that dude is.
He did his last hit before he went to go do that, and then he's like, I'm gonna go score for like the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can't buy that online, I'm not going to a store at like 4 a.m. to try and get one of those things.
Yeah. I'm over that
I
shit.
mean, if you were smart, you would have someone that works at Target and be like, yo, pull aside like the limit and I'll pick it up later.
Or that.
All you gotta do is grease people. Greasing people goes a long way.
All right, let's get into this crazy Jim Lee stuff. So the big story that came out over the last couple days was on our favorite creator to listen to on anything. Mr. Rob Liefeld, or as you guys call him, Rob Liefeld. I call him Liefeld. He had his Robservation podcast, which is amazing. That dude just needs to get a really good producer and do a live YouTube show. It would be the best show on YouTube behind Comic Kayfabe. Let me show you guys. So basically, the news comes out on Bleeding Cool. Marvel Comics tried to get Jim Lee to take over X-Men after Krakoa. After the dog shit that was House of X, Powers of X, or whatever it was, they went, we gotta go. We have to do something. We need a savior. We need to call in. What do they call that dude in the Tarantino film? The Fixer or whatever. The guy that comes
the
in.
Wolfman?
Yeah. What do they call him? Yeah, the Wolf. Yeah.
Oh, Wolf. Yeah.
Whatever they call that dude. They had to call that person in.
Oh, you're bringing in the Wolf?
Yeah.
You should have just told me that.
The Fixer, yeah. The Fixer. And they said, we got to fix this shit because X-Men cannot be this bad with the person that we thought was going to fix it, you know? And they went to Jim Lee and said, come fix this shit, man. Please. And he said, nope. Well, where did this come from? This comes from our good friend, Rob Liefeld. And I'm going to play it for you guys. There we go.
Give it either return to a familiar foundation, reboot, whatever. As I record this, I think it's called The Fall of the House of X, or it has been released, and they are starting to clean up the corners of that as they pivot to something new.
So this is Rob's newest podcast that he does, and he basically starts off the show talking about how there's this lawsuit or something of a talk of a lawsuit, or this thing with where Hickman's getting called into like maybe thieving somebody's work, you know, plagiarizing something, and he kind of explains it, and then he explains obviously about how Powers of X, House of X stuff didn't work, right? And that's where we are.
So what do you do if you're going to pivot to something new? What are you going to do if you're going to pivot to something new? And I'm going to tell you what you're going to do is you're going to get the very best people available to kind of set set a new standard. And in all honesty, who's a bigger name to approach than the guy who's got the biggest numbers ever with the X-Men? The guy who, to this fan base, going back to me in the comic store a couple weeks ago as I wait to get my son and the 50 and the 40-somethings who are carrying the comics industry with their credit cards.
Fucking true. He's fucking right on the money right there.
And their hefty purchases. I talked to you guys about the junior high kids, 6, 7 of them came in, backpacks on. And look, I'm sorry I didn't go out of my way to tell you that this store has a killer manga selection. My store that I came up with, Tustin Tunes and Toys, has been around since 1986. So we are closing a full-service store. Manga is not the answer also to what's going on in the comics industry. But when I saw these kids come in, and they went in the back, and I've told you, they looked at Spider-Man comics, they looked at some Deadpool comics, they gathered, they talked, they wandered around, they did a full loop of the store, and they all walked out. The store is something they're aware of. They know it exists. They came in with great comfortability. It wasn't the first time they were in there. Hey guys, check this out. Oh yeah, I'm looking at this. And left. Didn't spend a dime. That store is being, like many stores, held afloat by the buying power of, let's say, 38 to 56.
You guys agree with that shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could say that kids are buying manga, but I don't think that's as true either. I mean, I don't think
numbers don't lie.
Well, they're not buying it from comic shops.
Correct.
That's what I mean by that. That's what I mean by that. Yeah. Of course they're buying it, but they're getting it from Amazon. They're getting it from manga shops. They're getting it from Barnes and Noble, Target, whatever, the internet. Yeah. They're getting it for free.
No, well, it's probably like a secondary thing for them. Like if they happen to be near a comic shop and they find a manga, it's like kind of like, okay, I'll buy that. But isn't their like go-to place?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe slightly younger, maybe slightly older. That age loves their comics. They want the comics that they loved to be exciting, and they are looking for that same organic experience that we all had when we were coming up. When Frank Miller, said, "Hey, Roger McKenzie, you're great. I think I can be better," and it's hard to argue that he was not, in fact, better. John Byrne, Todd McFarlane, the alphas as they took over and they created organic experiences, organic storytelling, organic consequences. So the X-Men is pivoting away from, again, I believe it would have been the greatest 1 year, kind of experience, event. And when you go, if there's 4 or 5 books, just like Age of Apocalypse, which maybe those all went 6 issues, 4 issues. So with these, you go 12 and you have 5, 6. I mean, you would have gotten a lot of material. Maybe squeezed every ounce of juice and it would be ripe to return to because it left us feeling so good. But the bottom line is the reason that they are pivoting away is because that has run its course with the fans. If you go to the stores, talk to the retailers, the X-Men books have stalled. They've stalled out. They've ran their course, and they ran their course like in the year one process, in year one. So now it's time for this creative reboot. And so what I'm about to tell you, what I told you when I began this is the stuff that we're talking about on the phones, that other peers, my professional, hey, did you hear this? Hey, did you hear this? Hey, and
this is why I love social media nowadays. Like, this is one of the good things for social media, right? We would never get this information before. We would never be able to read their tweets and their replies from their peers or, their Facebook. It's almost like we're that fly on the wall, We would never be able to have Rob Liefeld jump on a mic real quick and just drop this information,
Unless you bribed him with the right thing.
What's that?
Unless you bribed him with the right thing.
Yeah. He sounds fucking crystal clear on this shit, man.
You got to remember, I live in Southern California. I've been born and raised. I've lived here my entire life.
We know that, bro.
My sister-in-law is in the entertainment business. My former brother-in-law is in the entertainment business. Both of my wife's sisters are in Leader. Is a great movie. Leanna Creel produced that and was on set the entire time. That there's so many of these movies together, but pandemic came, and then probably by spring or summer of that year, that they let, I don't want to say a number, but they let a lot of people go, and then junior execs got advanced to more prominent positions, and assistant editors became editors and group editors, and so we've got this infrastructure. I'm not sure. All I know is Jim has been there has he been there 25 years? It feels like, is it 23? Is it 25? It's somewhere. It's over 20.
This is so weird hearing somebody talk about Jim Lee, like, because you never hear any stuff about Jim Lee, right? Like, it's just, he's like the guy that's like respected in ways that even the things that people think bad about him are kind of like talked about. They aren't talked about openly, right? Because of obviously respect that people have for him. But even like people, are him and Rob still friends anymore? No, I doubt it. You know what I mean? I doubt they talk anymore. But they probably, what they did with Image was exactly what we need now, right? They were that savior for comics back then, right? That's what they did in a big way. I feel like they shook up the industry.
They shook up the industry. I mean, conceptually, sure. In practicality, they are part of the problem, because that's why we have print counts in the bazillions on certain things.
Right. Yeah, because that was in the comic printing.
But not anymore. I mean, like, I was working in the comic store, like, actually when Image was founded, and we would get the box from Diamond, and there would be like, 10 boxes of Spawns, and there would be so many boxes of Youngbloods and not Silverhawks, but every Image title you can imagine, because everybody wanted Jim Lee. But the same thing was like when Spider-Man, the initial Spider-Man came out, when McFarlane was doing that, the 2 covers, that was really kind of the first time that you ever experienced that. And then the 5 covers coming out for X-Men for Jim Lee. And then
biggest selling comic of all time, man.
It was just, it was incredible.
And he talks about this at one point in this thing. He's talking. He says, if they would have come to me, I would tell him, no, you need to go get Jim. Like, he's like, Jim Lee is the greatest X-Men artist ever, and he starts fanboying out. Like, let me see if I can find it. It's really cool.
The funny part is with Rob, actually, when he talks normally, he sounds like he's like at 1.25 or like 1.5. Yeah. You think you're listening to it. Like, do I need to adjust this?
Yeah.
But he's just so much energy.
Yeah.
Their exit plan, as they knew that they were exiting out of the Krakoan age, was to put all their eggs in the Jim Lee basket. And wouldn't you? I would. It is the move. It is the go-to move. It is the best move. There's no better move. The guys my age who grew up, and we love John Byrne and we love Terry Austin, and that stuff has a really special place in our comic book hearts and lore and memories. Well, we've kind of aged out of that. Those guys who are at the comic store who are 50 were 20
us
when the Jim Lee stuff was coming out. The 40 somethings were 10, 12. I've mentioned the long runs and the bonds that were created, and Jim Lee's X-Men is it is representative. It is a representation of an age that is favored, and that is that 90s stuff. I speak of it very, very close and up close and personal, and with great knowledge, because obviously I was there and I was in the X office, and Jim had. I thought the stuff that he was doing on Punisher was fantastic, Punisher War Journal, and it just felt like it was inevitable that they would elevate him to the X-Men, and of course they did. And then he just put on the afterburners and blew everybody away. In my opinion, as I've said this many, many, many times, and I can absolutely state 1,000%, Jim Lee's Uncanny X-Men work is the best work that he has ever done, and among some of the best work ever done in the comic book industry.
Boom. Right there. Right? I just listening to this podcast the other day, I was like excited. You know what I mean? One, Rob Liefeld is great. I'll listen to him tell stories or geek out on whatnot, whatever. Yeah. But to hear him talk about this time period, because what he's talking about is exactly me. I remember when that X-Men issue came out, I remember going home. I had this little desk in my room where I did like my homework and shit, and it was just this little tiny desk. I remember sitting on that desk and reading those X-Men books over and over and over, and it was like getting into comics. I was kind of into comics because of the Michael Keaton Batman stuff, but that was just kind of like, I wasn't like getting into like reading storylines and stuff. I was just kind of had comics, you know. When the X-Men
the
stuff,
funny part is, this is actually the story. It's kind of like the behind the music. Like this is the story that should actually be in film. Like this should come to a theater. Like how all these guys left.
Yeah.
And maybe eventually it will. I mean, like they've got some like the documentaries on Amazon.
That was good. It was okay.
It's okay, but like getting like real actors to do it and like tell the story, I think it would bring a lot of more attention to like actually what happens and like who these guys really are in real life.
Remember,
I just feel like it's a little funny with Rob Liefeld just because like he's kind of complaining about the story. You know, if you read like, or you kind of seen like what he did with the G.I. Joe, the 5-issue miniseries, and then some of the stuff he's done, like in Extreme Studios was never known for good stories. I mean, like but I like Liefeld. I just and I think the X-Men was fantastic. Like when Jim Lee, he took over, and then they started the X-Men. But honestly, I think I was most excited when Jim Lee came on to Batman 608.
Yeah,
like that Hush series.
Yeah.
So he was. I think of the X-Men, Claremont, Jim Lee, those guys. But Batman. There are some times that it's amazing to me. Like Jim Lee, I think Batman first. Well, not first, but like Batman and X-Men. I don't. And it's honestly, Jim Lee, like we're talking about, like the guy who's everyone talks about with such revere. He kind of reminds me of the Don Mattingly of baseball. Like I've never heard anyone speak poorly of Don Mattingly. He's just held in such high regard.
Yeah, a lot of respect. Obviously. Yeah,
yeah, his back didn't hurt. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that Jim Lee coming back to the X-Men would be enough to save the X-Men?
Well, Powers of X or House of X, I thought that was a good series. I think the problem is they worked such a. If you read it, like they worked up such a pace, and then when the battles took place, they took place in like 1 or 2 books. Like everything happened so quickly. It's like they tried to rush to the end. All of the idea worked, and it was the execution at the end that didn't. I think the X-Men series right now, and I say X-Men, not Immortal. I mean, there are a lot of different X-Men. I think the X-Men series is one of the best series I've been reading for quite some time. I really enjoy X-Men. I think that what they've done with Sync and some of these guys, and
they've done a couple cool things. Good. They definitely have, but dude,
and the Sinister, the different.
The Sinister stuff petered out so badly. It did not. I don't think it ended well. I mean, the one shot was really good. I get it, but like they talked about when you remember when Hickman was first coming back to that, and we were talking about like it was gonna bring X-Men back. Like X-Men's gonna be, the book of comics again, and this and that. Yeah. Everybody was so excited, and it just died.
Well, I mean, it did what the last like 2 or 3 other Uncanny X-Men titles did. Start a story arc, whatever, build up, what they're gonna do, and then okay, this isn't working. Let's restart it. They did that like 2 times before the House and Powers even started, and then I feel like they also created X-Men Legends to try to appeal to that 90s Jim Lee crowd, but it was just like a bunch of dog shit stories.
Honestly, I had a hard time kind of keeping up with all the different X titles, and I'll tell you what, being colorblind doesn't help because they all look like the same except for like a different color of like
Oh,
what they are.
with the circle, and then
I have a hard time. Like, is this immortal? Is this one? Is this?
You actually have to look up close to see if it says, because it says the color, but in small text,
gold, blue, all that kind of stuff. But I think the X-Men title itself, like I like the idea about the Krakoa, and then like how the mutants were, they came up with those. The pharmaceuticals will help, non-mutants, and then. I thought the way that the story was going, and then with the powers of X and everything, I thought it was pretty good. At least I only read the X-Men title, but and then how Jean died, but she made Firestar kind of like a secret. She told her like, hey, this is what's going to happen, and so Firestar is like trying to save Cyclops and Juggernaut out of prison, and like no one knows that Firestar is actually still an X-Men, and the bad guy, everyone thinks she's a bad guy, and the bad guys don't trust her, and they're trying to, like, I thought the story's not bad.
Do you remember how they were trying to expand on that Days of Future Past storyline? Like, I picked up the first issue, and I started reading it.
Yeah.
And I was really excited about it, and then they killed off Polaris in the first issue, and I was like, this is like one of the reasons why I wanted to read this, and you killed off the character that I was, more interested to see about, and I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm not going on.
Yeah, the different Sinisters, like when you have you start looking at his head, you got the spade, you got the diamond, and like what each one's trying to achieve. I think sometimes it's a little difficult to follow because I think not reading some of the other X-Men titles, it makes it tough to like bring everything together.
Well, what's interesting about this is the fact that he said no. Right? That's the interesting part.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
just
smart.
like a hard no. Yeah.
Well, because he's everyone. If you think about Jim Lee and the X-Men, do you have any bad thoughts?
Well, he's a businessman now, right? He's corporate.
But the thing is, it's like you can't come home again a little bit.
Well, but at the same time, like, how bad would it have looked if Jim Lee left DC? Like, that kind of like sets a tone.
Exactly. Well,
to me, it's like when
I've been waiting for that to happen.
Image, and they go back to Marvel, and because I think that's where things disintegrated. Like everyone's supposed to stick together with Image, and all of a sudden, back in the late '90s, then all of a sudden, Liefeld goes Captain America, and they start disintegrating a little bit. I think that's where the ascension really happened. Besides Valentino getting kind of kicked out of the CFO role by Larson,
I understand that
Larson, but Larson taking over.
I understand that House of X, like some of those books sold well, but as a storyline, to get it back off the ground and make it be popular again, it was not succciessful.
It started out strong,
yeah,
but it ended like dog shit.
Yeah.
Also, what remember when it came out? The timing?
It was like during right before.
It would have been perfect timing to be a home run.
But I don't know. Like I remember being around pandemic time, so it's hard.
It was like right before.
Exactly if some came out, and then all of a sudden you had to wait a little bit. If there was a timing issue.
Justin Shannon says Jim Lee ain't leaving unless DC fires him, and that's exactly what I'll be honest. Like there was at one point where I thought DC was just such a shitstorm that I'm surprised he didn't want to leave before being let go, because there was a time period where they were letting everybody go. You remember that?
Well, they had just gotten Quesada to sign on to be an editor, and then he left before that even it was less than a year, and he didn't even do anything really with DC.
They did a couple covers, but I mean at the same time, if somebody's paying me $500,000 minimum, because that's the minimum number reported, what was Marvel going to pay him? Because his annual salary is estimated, because it's never publicly disclosed, but it's estimated at $500,000 a year, $500,000 to be essentially the figurehead. He's not really doing anything. He's just a figurehead.
Yeah,
the figurehead of DC.
Well, didn't they give him a more important job recently to kind of take him out of that role of being a quote unquote figurehead? Because I felt
and Vince McMahon has a very important job too right now.
Yeah,
it's Fred Flintstone. He's a grand poobah.
Well, he'll probably lose his shares of stock if he goes back to Marvel.
Well, yeah, you lose all the RSUs and everything that would happen. That'd be attached to it.
Man,
but the thing is, if you're negotiating the contract, you're going to pick those up.
You're going to sell it before you leave.
No, he's waiting for DC to be sold so he can get a bunch of money. All right, that's interesting. DC's probably going to get sold, so Lee probably waiting on a golden parachute to sell his stock.
No, the best part, if they get sold and they cut them, and then hey, this is your package.
I know.
Yeah, there's your golden parachute.
Well, I mean, DC's changed like owners at least 3 times last year, right?
Yeah, and more to come allegedly.
I know. I know Hickman didn't get a chance to finish it all, but still, that's bullshit. I mean, I still can be mad about that. Like, you know,
that art is very solid in X-Men. Very, come on,
dude. I watched a Cartoonist Kayfabe episode they just did recently about one of those coloring books, those that DC's putting out. I guess they did a Jim Lee one. Have you guys seen those? Cool. Is that
no?
Yeah, they're pretty badass. It's just inks and art. So it's pretty beautiful, and it's one of those adult coloring book things that they get away with. Anyways,
Hi Nathan put it in there, and actually I'd seen that. Actually, I think I saw that on CNBC where they were talking about Disney buying DC, because at some point the people that own DC, if it's not going the right way, like, hey, it would just be the craziest thing in the world that if you had Superman, Batman, that whole world. And not the Marvel world, but owned by the same people. It's like having your aunt and uncle.
Like Star Wars and Disney being the same thing. Yeah.
Wait, shouldn't your aunt and uncle already be married if they're your aunt?
Maybe. I guess it depends on what state you're in.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to continue with this.
He stepped up. He had knowledge of the greatness of the X-Men lore, the John Byrne, the Dave Cockrum, the Paul Smith stuff, and he stepped into it and just crushed it. The Extinction Agenda stuff that he did is mind-blowing. He's an executive at a big entertainment corporation. And so, again, nothing is better than having the number one entertainment company say, Jim, we'd like you to come back. Do I believe that there was a great financial incentive for Jim to come back and do the X-Men? Also a legacy incentive? Of course there was. And I am sure that was weighed. But I'm going to pivot to my executive and my producer's buddies, because I'm going to tell you why it didn't happen. And it really wasn't anything. Marvel did everything they were supposed to do.
This is actually kind of funny what he says the reason is. And it's funny, and it also kind of makes a little sense, but I want to see what you guys think about it. So listen to what the reason is that he didn't do it.
They put a great deal on the table. They provided a great opportunity. Jim Lee was going to be the guy. Would you even give a shit about House of X? You'd just be like, Jim Lee's coming back to the X-Men. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Try and secure the guy most associated with Jim, with X-Men. And you're going to say, but Rob, Chris Claremont. Yes, but it was with Jim Lee that it went to new heights. Just like it was with John Byrne that the book became legendary. And Jim had the good instincts to leverage his popularity to make Chris go back and revisit. We wanted the greatest hits. We wanted that stuff. We wanted, we absolutely wanted, to see sequels to those great stories. Go back to the Savage Land. Revisit, the Shi'ar and the Imperial Guard and Magneto and get the Hellfire Club back. I mean, he accomplished all those things. Chris was reluctant up until that point. Jim was like, hey, buddy, these are the stories I want to revisit. And they did. And you all collectively love them.
See, he's fanboying out big time. Totally.
Mm-hmm. It's the Suicide Squad summer when Jim has a young family. And I know as a family guy, I remember it's twice from 2000 to 2003, I did no work. I all but retired. We started popping out kids. Joyce started popping out kids, but I was helpful making them. At least that's what she tells me. And we were all in the family way. And I did not have deadlines. I did not have anything to concern myself with at that time other than raising my family, enjoying my little babies. Jim has a young family. He has young kids. And drawing comics is incredibly time consuming. And I remember the some really fun times in the early 90s and during the X-Men period. Jim would start drawing a page. And I think there's is there 60 people at Wildstorm Studios that can verify this? Jim would start at midnight, start at 11 p.m., and he would draw till 6 a.m. in the morning. He would draw till sun up, go to bed, sleep all day, go into the office in the afternoon, and start his day. And that is the life of an artist. I would be on the phone with him. I always knew that I could call Jim midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. And I remember when I was drawing young.
That's the cool shit that I love hearing. Like, that's the inside baseball type stuff that I love. I love that he's talking about.
Blood 6 or young, given the life he has now. Because what are you going to do? You going to draw all night and then sleep all day while your kids live their lives? When I quit the DC 52 and didn't work regularly in comics for a couple of years, it's because I was tired of seeing Joy drive away with my kids to their sports stuff.
So basically he says that, he wants to be around his family, but he also gets on this tangent and he starts talking about how he doesn't get paid for his vacations, and that he gets PTO at Warner Brothers. He actually says that. He's like, the guy gets paid time off. He gets paid time off. I don't get paid time off. It's actually pretty funny. So, it was really.
But as an artist, that's your whole thing too, right? That as you sell more art, your rate goes up and stuff like that. Like, those are kind of incentive bonuses, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
It depends on how your contract is set up too, right?
Yeah.
It just sounds like poor negotiation skills.
So that's what everybody's kind of talking about right now. I mean, I don't know if it would save X-Men, but people are getting so excited about the talk about, maybe it would or wouldn't. And it kind of brought me to the idea, does comics actually need these guys? Mark Miller talked about it. He said that the big guys out there should come back to the big two and actually, once a year try and do a story over there. Once every couple of years try to do a story over at one of the big two. And then, there's people saying, other people are saying right now that, if DC and Marvel don't succeed, comics doesn't succeed. And I almost feel like, do those people who, Todd McFarlane, we only see Todd McFarlane on Spawn stuff, and that's all he's thinking about. He is narrowed in on Spawn, man, big time. But
and
with
his
Todd
$2.99 an issue.
Yeah, with Todd McFarlane doing Spider-Man and Jim Lee doing X-Men, Capullo and Snyder are doing Batman again. Something like if that happened once a year where you had these greats coming in and reigniting that nostalgia thing, would that be enough to sell issues like crazy again?
No.
I think it would spike, but I think the problem is ASM has been bad for a long time. You want to save ASM, bring Jim Lee in and let him do Spider-Man, because it's never happened.
Yeah,
that would be exciting.
Yeah,
get JR off that book because he is brutal.
Yeah,
and then if you actually,
do it would be good. Go ahead. I was gonna say real quick. Do you know what would be good for Spider-Man as a comeback for a writer? Would just to be just let Donny Cates do it, because he's always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, it's yeah.
Can you imagine Cates and Lee or some kind of combination that would be incredible. That would get some excitement going. And X-Men, there's obviously Lee, Claremont, you can go through names, but I would get very excited if you brought Joe Mad back to do a little bit of X-Men.
Yeah,
I loved his piece. But the thing is, there's always talent.
Oh, there he goes. What were you going to say,
There's
Binkies?
talent, but there's no internet.
Talent.
Yeah.
But you were about to say something, Binky.
I was. So I mean, here's the thing. We are already the target demographic. Do we think catering to the target demographic that's already buying product in the first place statistically is going to save comics? Or is it just pandering to a crowd that's already buying comics?
It's pandering to a crowd that's already buying comics, but like,
but they'll buy more.
Yeah.
But that's your core audience too, as well.
That's not going to save them. That's just going to put a bunch of money in their pocket, and then once this goes away, we're right back at square fucking one.
Yeah, you don't think that? You don't think? Yeah. You don't think that? You're worried that we wouldn't grow new talent. You know, the minors would never.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it would be like what we're seeing in the movie industry, right? Like take Star Wars, for example, right? If you try to do too much fan service and everything, it's going to make a core group happy. But then anyone that's new, that's trying to figure things out, they're going to be completely lost and not give a shit.
So you got to have a minor league. You got to be able to have like artists and talent. Like it's just like the independent. Like how did some of these titles really get?
Well, they did that back in the day with certain titles. You know, you can still have like Miller said, have these greats come in once every 3 years or something and do something at a big 2, and then it's not being just bombarded by stuff. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, you have all these new guys coming up that are working. Doing the books.
Like wrestling.
You remember like Marvel Comics Presents back in the day, and what was the other one? That they did. There was a couple of them that they did back in the day that were like basically just for new talent. That's where a lot of the new talent. I think there was even a book called New Talent Showcase for DC where they would put new guys on there and do new stories and new stuff. So.
Oh, I mean, but Marvel does that too.
Marvel 2-in-1, yes.
With their young guns. With their young guns, Stormbreakers, whatever they want to like label that year.
I see like those panels for like Stormbreakers, but I'm like,
yeah, I mean that doesn't move the needle for me or whatever. But like, yeah, I mean it could.
But like when you see some, like when you get a book and all of a sudden like, hey, it's just like J. Scott Campbell when he was doing like, when you go in like G.I. Joe, like wow, who is this guy? Like his art is just
Well, I mean, I'm glad you brought up G.I. Joe and Transformers. Like they changed publishers and they're having a really good time. Or it seems like they're having a really good transfer to a different publisher.
Yeah. And I don't think the art that great. Like if you read Duke 1, I don't think the art's very good. Personally,
I haven't read it yet.
I think the story's really good.
Yeah.
So right now I'm seeing in chat a lot of people are saying, "Oh, they haven't marketed that 35-year-old." Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna hit you with 2 hard statistics right now. For any of you guys that are sitting there blindly thinking of that, these are derived from sales data. In 2014, 47.69% comic fans were under the age of 29 years old. Today, and this is based off of 2023's numbers, obviously. Today, the average age of a comic book reader is 35 years old.
What are they calling comic books, though? Are they including manga in that?
They are including manga because manga, in terms of aggregate data.
Yeah. Well, you include manga, and it changes that whole thing, man. You know.
Well, not really either, because, like, as someone that attended Diamond Retailer Summit within the last 3 years, like they were pushing manga hard, like all the
Diamond was Diamond, of course, Diamond was, yeah, but they're not a publisher. Yeah, they're distributing books.
There's a distributor.
But that's another thing. They're talking about this whole distributor thing. There's people that are saying that it's part of the problem that that for some reason people can't figure out. Shout out to Darren for the sub. People can't figure out how to deal with all the new distributors and you have to go to Lunar now but when there was only one, they were complaining that there's only one. Like it's so weird. And to jump back and back into the whole thing with Jim Lee, that's something very interesting that Todd McFarlane talked about Jim Lee on the Cartoonist Kayfabe podcast. Check this out. This is crazy.
Todd, since you mentioned Jim Lee leaving, that's a story that I was following as a fan, and I haven't heard a lot of people that were close to that talk about it. What do you remember about that happening? Was that...
He's getting ready to talk about when Jim left Image, to do Wildstorm and basically DC?
Blindsiding? I mean, how do you look at that now when you reflect on it?
I think there's two perspectives, right? And I may have it wrong. Jim Lee is the one that has all the right answers here. There's two answers. From a business end, yes, nobody wanted to lose Jim Lee and his books in his studio. I mean, it was a gut punch to Image Comic Book. But on the personal front, Jim had gone through a personal tragedy, and again, until each of us are sort of in those same spots, you don't really know how you're going to react to it, right?
Again, more respect for the guy. Like, they might not be best friends, but he's showing
They're not enemies.
He's showing ultimate respect right here.
Right? And at times life can just be heavy, and sometimes you want to lighten your burden at any given time, good, bad, or different. Again, everybody has hindsight. I don't know if Jim wishes he had or hadn't or whatever else, or he thinks it was the best decision he ever made. You'll have to ask him. But I know he was going through some personal stuff, and running a studio and being the boss and being at the point of that spear was just not where he wanted to be emotionally, given all the other stuff.
You notice how Todd never looks at the camera?
He's
always, like, every interview, he's always so fast and he's looking straight at you. Like, you can tell he's, it means something to him.
Todd McFarlane is laser focused, dude. Laser focused. You could totally tell in this interview with some of the stuff that he talks about. But it's very interesting what he says here.
Are completely justified. From a selfish business point of view, oh man, we just lost Jim Lee, right? And we had to really, that was one of the big, I mean, there's a lot of big moments, but that was one of the biggest moments, because what people don't really, I think, understand what happened at that moment was because Rob Liefeld had left, and so we had lost two of the partners. But what was an impact to the business at that point was we had a contract with Diamond, and we got most favored nations. We were on the same scale as Marvel and DC, and that was predicated upon one thing: market share, because Diamond couldn't justify giving us the same that they were giving Marvel and DC unless we held a certain percentage, and they could look Marvel and DC in the eye and go, hey, they're one of our top three, right? When Jim Lee decided to take his books away from Image, you can imagine, those books got counted over on DC's side of the ledger, and Image went down. And by going down, we actually went below the threshold.
So again, talking about distribution, and here's Diamond. We're talking about Diamond. This is back when there was only one distributor, right? It was Diamond, and you hear good and bad things on both sides. But this is a great story, another inside baseball thing, where what he says right here, that is, again, here's more synchronicity. We have two great podcast by two great creators talking inside baseball about one guy that hardly ever gets talked about, and then you get little nuggets like this
of the most favored nations, and we knew that was going to be detrimental to trying to grow the company and get new creators, because it meant we got like covers on the Diamond catalog. It meant that we got certain sort of privileges that you wouldn't have gotten if you were any other company other than the big three. And we knew if we lost that, then creators would go, well, how are you going to promote me? And so I had to call in a favor, and I had to, ask Steve Jeppe, head of Diamond, to give us 60 days, right? Give.
How crazy is that? Todd McFarlane's got to call in a favor to Steve Jeppe and go, dude, give me 60 days to prove that we can still do it. That's crazy to me that he's got to ask for that. Like we see
guy that stature is like
yeah. And it's still a business. We as collectors, we forget how much of the stuff that we don't know on the business side and the industry side. And I love hearing this shit because you hear these stories and sometimes you don't know this is coming from the people that are part of it.
Give us a little bit of time. If at the end of 60 days, 90 days, we are not back up over that threshold, then take it all away from us, right? As you have the right to do. But just, I'm asking, give us a little bit of time because this came out of left field. And Steve was gracious enough to do it. And I would argue, gentlemen, that it was really an inflection moment because we then couldn't be so reliant on the original founders at that point. And
so good shit, man. I would suggest that you go listen to both podcasts. They're great. There's more great stories in both of them. McFarlane tells some really good stories about Frank Miller and joking about Frank Miller, and it's nice to hear creators talk to other creators, right? There's this thing that happens like when you're with peers. Like, this is a weird thing to compare it to, but I always say, like, fighters, like jiu-jitsu guys can talk, like when they're talking to another jiu-jitsu guy, it's like they're talking to a peer, or like when comedians are talking to comedians. It's the same way like with drug addicts. When I run into like a person and like we could not hit it off, and then I found out that they used to be like a heroin addict, I'm like, all right, like there's this weird thing with your peers, right? And to hear that with creators like McFarlane when he's talking to like Jim Rugg and Eddie P, or and they're peers, they're creators at this point. McFarlane knows that they're doing stuff and that they're younger, creators in the business, and he's spitting a little game to them here and there. That's cool shit to hear to me, and I love that. I think that's why Joe Rogan always was so good too. Like when he would talk to comedians, and you would hear things that comedians say, the way they talk to each other and stuff. Anyways, good shit.
I saw that Parker Lee's comments about Jim having 9 kids. Do y'all know? Is that right? Because I'm like, if he's got 9 kids, I'm like,
are all of them his though? I can't.
I don't. It's just that in my head, I'm just like,
yeah, he has a big family, man.
9 kids.
Yeah,
like the expense and the amount of money you have for like high school, colleges, whatever, just everything. It's just,
yeah.
Real quick, I have a Steve Jeppy story. So at the so when I went to the Diamond Retailer Summit, in Baltimore, the night before, they have a party like at the Hard Rock Cafe, and so like if you have passes for the Retailer Summit, you can go to this event for free, and they like the tab at the bar is paid for and stuff like that, so you can get a few free beers. They have raffles on stuff, like all kinds of weird shit, right? And then they do karaoke, and Steve Jeppy went up there and he was singing My Way. Like, it was funny, like, because like this is also the same time like before like Random House really put a big staple.
He was karaokeing, really?
Yeah, he was singing karaoke of My Way. Like, yeah,
he's just
that whole family is a interesting bunch.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. I mean, it's not like
they're a hodgepodge.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I was like talking with him like on the side, and all of a sudden he's like on stage like singing. But you talk to like enough industry people, it was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I kind of feel like that there's some of that needs to happen. I know it happens on a small level. Like we had Silvestri come and do that Batman Joker story, which a lot of people said was really good, actually. And it happens with every year. Somebody will come back, and Hickman coming back to doing the X-Men stuff was part of that. But I think when you have like there's certain guys, McFarlane doing Spider-Man, Jim Lee doing X-Men, Frank. I would say Frank Miller doing Batman, but Frank Miller's just too old at this point.
Nutcase.
Yeah, yeah.
Frank Miller shouldn't be doing anything besides lines of coke at this point.
Dude, I would be excited Eric Larson
and
to come back
lobster
to
tails.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I thought that was always the amazing part. Like, I obviously love McFarlane doing ASM, but for someone to have to take over, it's not like John Elway leaving the Broncos. Like, I was like, Eric Larson couldn't have been he did a great job on ASM. Then Bagley took it over for like 19 years, and it was,
I mean, I just feel like all this talk about this person that did these books 30 years ago needs to come back. It's January. It's the Royal Rumble. Everybody talks about how this great person needs to come out for their 3 minutes of glory before getting dumped over the top rope. Well, what happens after that?
I'm waiting for Axe and Smash to lead the Royal Rumble like they did the first one. They played the music. Smash comes in. They play the same music. Axe comes in. Yeah.
It's just you'll get your
It has that wrestling feel, doesn't it? Like, you bring The Rock back, or somebody comes back, like they come back for that one event every like 2 or 3 years, and just to kind of get everybody up. But you've got to move on. You've got to get more talent. If you can't develop the right talent writers, especially the writing. I think, like I mentioned, Duke, the art's not very good, but the writing I thought was really good. The story is really good. You got to have something you can attach to.
Yeah.
I've seen a few people say the art inside of some of these books is pretty bad, so
Could be
also why comics aren't selling.
At all. And it's not. But the story, I thought the story was really good. And the way it connects to everything else, I can see, like, to Yee's point, the way they're trying to make the Energon universe, like, I can see it really doing well. If Cobra Commander comes out and this month and has a solid storyline with what they've done with Void Rivals and Transformers and Duke.
Well, it's just also impressive to hear how many people that never really read Transformers or G.I. Joe really are getting into it. I mean, I think that's what kind of surprised me.
And then you could, if you really wanted to, I'm getting way ahead of myself, but like, what Hasbro would always try to do, where they were trying to bring in, like, make that shared universe, because they wanted to bring in ROM and Mask. I mean, like, there's a lot you can do if you execute it well.
Play your cards right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Still
waiting for visionaries.
So Scott Snyder, speaking of Scott Snyder, put out this tweet. In the summer of 1988, 11 years old, I used a payphone by the playground to call the 900 number for Jason to die. And then 5 minutes later, I called the other 900 number and canceled out my own vote.
I think here's the key. Does anyone catch it? It's a 900 number, not an 800. Like, I remember that. Like,
yeah,
900, not 800.
Well, so
they
this
had to
is
get Mean Gene on the hotline.
Yeah.
Well, when's that alt story come out?
It's on FLC this week.
It's already out.
There's literally one page that's different. It just
is it already out, or is there a second print on FOC that's coming out?
I read it. I read it like 3 weeks ago. I was expecting. I'm like,
print coming.
Oh, is there a second print coming for this series?
That's what
not,
it is.
It literally, he's just in a coma. I mean, like, there's really like 1 page difference. Like, when you start going through it, there's no difference.
Oh, okay.
Really. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, they had the whole story. It's just like, if he lives, this was it. If he dies, this is it. And basically, that 1 page was the change, because then it goes into like the Joker being the is it Afghanistan? He's the representative for, so like it leads into book 4. So that's all it was literally like 1 page.
Wow, that's cheesy. That's weird. It's funny.
Speaking of Sagu,
I'm glad he died.
Oh, Nate, we got to eat at Koi's Vietnamese restaurant at some point in time.
Oh, where is that?
Yeah, his parents have had that restaurant for a long time.
It's on your side of it's on your side of town, actually. Like, it's probably like 20 minutes from your house.
Well, I'm in.
Okay.
I don't
think people understand that that Segu. Only the old school OGs understand that Segu. That's a
Segu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, because I'm in a Discord with Koi, and then we'll chat every so often, and I'm just like kind of like, I'm like, where is your restaurant in Houston? And then he finally gave me the address one day, and then I'm like, oh damn, you're like an hour away from me. And I was like, I'll hit him up. Yeah, Koi from UD.
Well, they're rebooting X-Men, you guys.
Yeah.
Bryan, I'll hit you up also. I'll let you know when we're probably next weekend.
What do
I'm
you
gonna say,
guys?
ask Ryan if he wants to come to the show next weekend up in Conroe.
Yeah, there's a card show next weekend in Conroe
Yeah.
on the north side. Since we're on the south side, we can meet up beforehand and then go up there.
So, have they said who are the writers and artists for the new X-Men?
I haven't, I don't know offhand. I saw that and I was just kind of like, I like the story right now.
Well, is that Fall of X? Is that going to be an ongoing story, or is that just like a one shot to end things?
Marvel's X-Men reboot reportedly to be female-focused and may involve Mr. Sinister again. Oh, it's got to be
The
a
whole
movie.
story right now, like,
That's got to be a
Mr.
movie.
Sinister is key. Like,
That's got to be a movie. Let's see here. Marvel Comics.
because all the different characters from Sinister, like
a July 2024 reboot.
I thought, yeah, right here, From the Ashes.
They're bringing back that classic titling too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
following the end of the Krakoa era, new Marvel Comics X-Men ongoing titles launch in July 2024.
Jerry Duggan.
Jerry Duggan.
I think.
Oh,
so.
it's Jerry Duggan. Okay, That's kind of that's a little bit more reassuring. I mean, I like what he did with Marauders when they were doing those like 6 different titles that you had to read during like the X of Swords event.
Shout out Captain Krakoa, by the way.
Yeah.
Still floating around.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could still have, if you wanted to on the side, again, I don't know how many X-Men titles you have, but if you wanted to have a story about like Apocalypse and Genesis, kind of like with the war that happened.
When does the X-Men 97 series, when does that start on?
God, I thought it started like 8 years ago, and it just seems like it's been going on.
Delayed. Yeah, it keeps on getting delayed.
I don't know if you've seen these figures. They look great, and they've got like
nostalgia, dude.
Cardboard. They look fantastic.
Dude, your son might end up being 97 before like the episode like finally gets released.
Early 2024.
Early 2024.
Whatever that means.
Early.
Early
June.
So that means like not late summer but midsummer.
But they came out with the comics. I feel like a year ago.
I mean, they were promoting it
long time ago.
I mean, why else would you have action figures already out?
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm sure
the second wave is getting ready to come out. These have been out for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they weren't expecting a writer's strike and an actor strike, all of them that, because I would assume some of those voice actors are SAG.
By the way, speaking of Todd McFarlane, I want to shout out Tony. He dropped this great card here.
Oh yeah.
Todd McFarlane rookie card, 1992 Eclipse famous comic book creators, card number 57. Ooh, we got to get one of these CGC graded, baby.
I wish he had one for the because he owned a little part of the Oilers for a while and he did the logo.
Yeah, you're right. Yep. Check this out.
I didn't know that.
I always feel like he should have one like Eric Lindros with Score, like when he's taking batting practice.
How about a Jenna Jameson rookie before she was called Jenna Jameson?
I'm in. Genesis, Apocalypse wife. Krakoa. Now I'm in on Krakoa.
Yeah, Sagu.
Are you telling me you don't have her Virgin Mobile comic? The Jenna Jameson in the Shadow something?
Did it come out in 1992?
It came out in the 90s.
Yeah, she had that Greg Horn did the cover for.
Yep. During pandemic, I actually saw someone on like Facebook Live selling a CGC Witness 9.8 of that book. I was like, kind of like, How the hell did you get a CGC witness for a Jenna Jameson signing?
Check this out.
Must have been Bryan Adam as a witness at like Exotica or something.
A Secretariat rookie card. The hell? Holy
I'll take
cow. Hell yeah.
Wow. I like the one, the Disney.
Yeah, right here,
Like
the Walt Disney.
Like the 57 or 52.
Yeah.
That was like one of those
1931. Will's Cinema Stars, 3rd series. Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. That's a
Does
cool
it come
card.
with the cigarettes?
Probably.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Make sure you guys are following him on Tony Smokes on IG, aka
fuck?
Tony E. What do you?
So, speaking of Secretariat, did you know that apparently in 2020 there's DNA numbered cards that have strands of his hair that came out?
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, bro. We need to clone that horse. Yeah. We need
What's
to
the
clone
number
that
go
horse.
to? I guess is the question.
248.
I always
So
heard
there's 248
stories.
strands of hair.
I always heard stories from my mom that, like, when they did the autopsy on Secretariat, his heart was like 5 times bigger than a regular horse's heart. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like, if you guys look at Secretariat's times, like, he won, what was that Triple Crown race that he won by like 12 fucking lengths, right? Like, it was some crazy number that he, like, he's just so much better than every other horse in history. And it's because he had a huge fucking heart. Isn't that the Disney story? Right before they put him, that was right after they shot him in the head. They pulled out his heart and checked it. They should turn that into a Disney story too.
So his heart got enlarged from all the drugs he was taking, right?
Yeah, probably all the steroids. Yeah.
Is that how KFC works?
Yeah.
The super chickens.
Yeah, just like that too. Did you guys see Cat Williams go off this week? I mean, Cat Williams is fucking awesome, bro. Like the best. He went on.
They gave him HGH, the horse growing hormone.
Yeah. So, anyways, did you see the one where Cat Williams was talking about the McDonald's fries and how McDonald's has to get their potatoes, and they do something to their potatoes where they make it so you have to let them air out for like 3 days because they're poisonous. That they do something special to. Have you guys seen that? You guys see that? No? Dude, it's funny. I'll pull it up. Hold on here. Williams. McDonald's. All right, here we go.
Why does McDonald's make better French fries than any other group of people in the whole fucking world?
This guy's never been to Arby's.
Yeah,
How
right?
is that possible? It's only 2 ingredients. It's just the potatoes and the grease. How the fuck's they doing this shit? Here's the thing, folks. Because nobody that we've ever heard, no ethnicity, has ever fried some potatoes and we was ever like, those is almost McDonald's shit, right? Nobody's ever said it. And I don't mean the good ones. I mean the little last one at the bottom of the thing be all black. And you say, I'm not going to eat that one. But you eat it. You eat it. He's salty. Even that fried. So I wanted to find out how the fuck they make fries better than any fuck body. Y'all ain't going to believe this shit. First of all, the potato that McDonald's is using. You ain't never seen this motherfucking potato in your goddamn life. This potato has never been in the store. It ain't never been at no farmer's market. Mexicans have never seen this potato. First of all, the regular potato is like this. The motherfucking McDonald's white on the inside and white on the outside. It looked like a light bulb in the dirt before they pick it.
Like, that's kind of true with all the shit that they're doing to, you know, the plant DNA and shit. Like, what do they do with the corn? They have that corn that is basically made, and that everybody uses that corn now. And we don't, like, our wheat that we grow here in America is different than a wheat they grow everywhere else.
Oh, you're talking about with all the like soy-based stuff?
Yeah. What is the company?
Like,
what is the company that?
Monsanto.
Monsanto. Yeah. GMO. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. They own like what 95% of the crops on America or something like that.
Yeah.
And
like
then
Monsanto put a hit out on all the seed bearers in the world, man. There's no more seed bearer people and farmers anymore because Monsanto's like, don't fuck with those people. We aren't gonna work with you if you do.
They hired those mercenaries from like to protect them. Like for real, that's like how much money they have. Like
I know,
they really,
dude.
I mean that's I know that's like more typical, probably like
Terminator
like
seeds.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do to weed. Don't let them do that shit to weed, everybody. They're gonna try and do that to weed.
I thought they already started doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
With toxic chemicals that'll kill anything that touches the potato. Why? Because if something touches the potato, it'll turn brown.
So that's exactly what the GMO is, man. They made it so that the bugs and like nothing could harm it, right? The bugs will die if they try to eat it, and that's exactly what he's saying.
Well, and if you notice, like food always turns out looking the same every time you go out and buy it, right?
Yeah.
Like it didn't look like that growing up.
A moth, a worm, a bird, a farmer that couldn't mind his motherfucking business trying to see what the fuck is over there. Yeah. The McDonald's potatoes is so toxic by the time they take them out the ground. They gotta lock them away in a vault and leave them there for 3.5 weeks before it's safe to wash them off for the first time. And I can tell by looking at some of you, you don't give a fuck what I just said. They are delicious.
So, I love fucking Cat Williams, dude.
He's funny.
Yeah, dude. He took a tumble, and in real life, no pun intended, when he got beat up by that soccer player kid, or that what was that? Some kid beat him up one day, and they got it on video. Yeah.
It was recently, right? Like within the last
couple years.
Weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you guys, let's get into it.
What is up, Drummler, 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 into the news, into the news.
All right.
Oh, man. Did you update the drop on that?
So, before we jump to that, Awesome Sauce and Three Rivers. Three Rivers, yes, they used to. No, they don't anymore because they got sued because of the presumption that they were a vegan food. And by using beef tallow, that's not vegan. So that's why they changed it over to actual, I think it's peanut oil now. I mean, not even peanut oil. It's some kind of oil. And they changed them, I'm going to say it's probably like 4 or 5 years ago. The potatoes are the same. They're frying them in different oil.
But also, if you're a vegetarian or vegan, why are you eating at McDonald's anyways?
Factual. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. There's cross-contamination, let's be real. It's McDonald's. Those guys are getting paid $7.50 a fucking hour.
I mean, I know when I was hardcore vegetarian, like, I didn't eat McDonald's at all, or fast food in general, because, like, why would I? You know, I'm eating healthy foods for a reason. And then, you know, still to this day, I still don't eat at McDonald's just because I don't think it's real food.
Figure Drawing dropped a $2 super chat, and he says, is OG X-Men cartoon quote-unquote woke by today's standards? I don't think so. Right?
I don't either.
X-Men's always...
I
don't think so. No.
I thought the cartoon was just largely action-adventure, but I mean, I'll be the first to tell you, it's been so many years since I've sat down and watched it from episode 1 on through.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
The X-Men have always been like a. I was listening to a podcast or somebody talk about it the other day, and how they were meant to be like, like outcast teenagers kind of growing up and going through shitty situations more than anything. It was trying to get teenagers to like, that were kind of just going through normal teenager shit just to go, well, let me look at these guys the same way they did with Spider-Man.
I mean, I remember in high school, like it had just come out and people loved it. And it had to be the people who didn't love comics. They watched it all the time, and they were like, if you think back, like now, there's your most diverse audience or crowd or team of all time, and no one was asking for it. You had a little bit of everybody, and no one even cared. No one even thought about it.
So, did you guys see this? This Mid-Journey list that has come out?
Yeah, it's like 15,000 artists.
Yeah. Miyazaki, Matt Groening, and Keith Haring among artists allegedly used to train Mid-Journey AI. So, a database listing with thousands of artist names are among the stuff in Mid-Journey's AI, and all of your favorite comic artists are on here, man.
So it's 2024 the start, the year of the list? Like, because how many lists have dropped now at this point?
Well, the Epstein thing isn't a real list, but this is, for sure.
I mean, we're not even a week into this year. I mean, we also have the CGC list, too.
Banksy. Yeah, the CGC list, which we're going to get into in a second. I mean, look at all these names. Look at this.
But then you have like real artist names on here too, like classic painters. Like I saw Warhol's name on there.
Sienkiewicz. Yeah, Bill Plimpton. Like there's just, this is nuts. I mean, we knew it was there, but I don't think any of us thought that they uploaded all these people's works into it. Like told them to go look for it. They just said go look for it.
I don't know why anybody's surprised by the fact that they're. So I don't know how much. I don't know how much you guys look at it. I just signed up because I know coding. It's a gig right now. There's a lot of different foundations out there. It's 15, 20 hours extra work, solid pay, and your job is literally just feeding AI information.
Yep. Yeah, man. Prompt engineers.
Yep.
It's absolutely crazy. It's taking over faster than we ever even thought it could. And I've seen all kinds of artists on Twitter, comic artists, be like, my name's on the list. Like even Jay Stevens is on here. Shout out to Gold Key.
So, are you even a real comic artist if your name is not on this list?
All right,
that's a fair question.
Okay, let's think of some names. Let's give me a name.
Rob Liefeld.
All right,
JR.
Hold on here. Control F. Rob Liefeld, is he not there?
Oh, thank God.
He's not.
Oh, that's why the AI just.
For a second, I thought that was Toto. And I saw Tono. I was like, oh my God, the band has.
Let's see. Is he under? Would it be under R? Because it looks like it goes by the first name.
No, looks
he's
like
not on here. Rob Liefeld is not on here. That was a fucking nice one, dude. You weren't expecting that.
Keep scrolling up to see if it's before all the Roberts.
It would seem that the AI prefers to draw feet.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no, it skips over.
It's not on there.
It's not on there, yeah.
Go to Ramita. Let's see if senior or junior on there. I mean, junior's not really an artist, so.
PlayStation 2, 3, 4, and 5. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if Ramita's on here.
So does that mean they just took like entire game catalogs from all those systems and then just uploaded the art?
Probably.
Yeah.
John Romita Jr. I see
John
him
Romita
right there.
Jr.'s there. Not Romita Sr. Jr.'s there. Look at that.
I guess you got to show the program exactly what you don't want.
I mean, he does enough homages of his dad's work that I'm sure it'll get the idea, right?
Adam Hughes.
Oh.
What do you think?
Oh, I saw Jay Lee while you were scrolling.
Let's see.
Is David Mack on the list?
We're about to check. All right. Hold on, Abby. I gotta go let my dog out here in a second. Adam. Nope, no Adam Hughes. That's surprising. Adi Granov.
Granov, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one to load.
I'm surprised Hitler's not on the list.
Yeah. He might be. He might be, dude.
You just passed Adolf, so I didn't see.
No.
Yeah.
I was actually, Iron Maiden's.
What about Pardee? Let's see if Pardee's on the list.
You would need to scroll down.
Alex.
Nope.
No Alex Pardee. That's surprising. You would think he would be on there. We saw Arthur Sidam's on there. This is interesting, dude.
Who else?
Ariel Olivetti.
Ethan Van Scriber.
Yeah, let's see here.
Oh, do we really need Ethan?
Nope, he's not there. He's not there.
He's your best friend. Come on.
I would actually say the one I do want to know if he's on there is Derek Riggs.
Derek Riggs.
He's the artist for Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden, yeah. Yep, right
Derek
there.
Riggs.
Here you got it.
Is Todd McFarlane on there?
You know, when we're talking about the comics and everything, I was like, people, if you don't know, like, man, he is just hit it so big on the action figures. I really think that if at some point, like Hasbro or something like that, I don't know if they can they can acquire him, but like
wow,
his line's incredible.
No Todd Father, Scotty Young.
Scotty Young. Let's see here.
Is anyone from Image on this?
Valentino, he needs the money.
So one of the other things that it looks like they specifically used were styles, years, numbers, things like that, and then like keywords, obviously. So like things like punk, avocado punk, crust punk, shit like that show up on
Platt.
the
Is Platt on there?
Simon Beasley.
Because those genres have like specific styles to their artwork.
Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
Shepherd
Sega
Fairley.
Saturn's on there.
Like a crust punk band's logo
Sean
is going to
Murray.
look completely different than like a pop
Seb
punk band's
McKinnon.
logo,
Yep.
right? Yeah. Or
Do you
even
think-
the artwork that they use on their album.
Sega
covers.
32X.
Seb McKinnon on there. That's interesting.
I want to see if Turbo Graphics is on there.
Wow,
Let's
man.
be fair, everybody doesn't care about Turbo.
Bonk does.
Oh, wow. My alter ego art name is on there. Ryan Yee. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, this is interesting. So this just came out.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about it.
360.
Yeah. It's very interesting, man. There's a lot of stuff going on with that right now too. Midjourney developers caught discussing laundering and creating a database of artists who have been dehumanized to styles to train Midjourney off of. This has been submitted into evidence for the lawsuit. Prompt engineers, your skills are not yours. Damn.
Wow. If I had skills, I'd be disappointed at that comment.
Well, I'm also kind of curious how they got this list, right? Or does it say?
It says the list spans huge names from history as well as some of the biggest creatives in visual culture today, with artists like William Blake, Henry Matisse gathered alongside the likes of Keith Haring, Matt Groening, Wes Anderson, Katsuhiro Otomo, Frida. Is that how you say it? Otomo?
Yeah, Otomo.
Frida Kahlo, Miyazaki, Banksy, David Hockney, Trove Jansen, Anish Kapoor, and Kusama. Developers
They don't consider Liefeld in with that group of people? Come on.
Not only leading names have been pulled by Midjourney. One ex-user previously Twitter pointed out that 6-year-old Han Tran was on the database, who contributed artwork for a 2021 charity trading card of Magic the Gathering. Wow, look at this. Are you kidding me? Wow. Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Oh man, so Tom King could definitely be on the list then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that kid should definitely probably sue Tom King for stealing his art style.
Right.
Yeah, it's super interesting, man. It's the AI stuff, AI art stuff will always just be a crazy part of our life now. Not just art, but AI everything. The Chat GPT stuff is such a big part of just doing, like Binky was saying, it just everything, man. It's crazy. There's people that use that for their job that I know. You know what I mean? They're creating. There's crazy things that you can create and do with those.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is, so long as you have a creative enough mind to give this thing a prompt at this point, that's what they're looking for. So, hey, people that have useless majors in English, there could be jobs for you.
Yeah.
Oh, so a bunch of grad students are going to be no longer unemployed. Congrats.
Yeah.
And they might even be able to get out of the student debt now.
Yeah. All right. The other craziness. This CGC updated their list. Everybody's been going deep on the list. What's some of the new info that we have from the CGC thing that you were talking about?
So I don't know if Thorough is still here. Thorough was on live a little bit earlier today, but he was able to document and show someone had reached out to him who has bought some books from this vendor. Names were not named for security purposes, but has bought books from the vendor, and they are not on CGC's list. But they very clearly have been trimmed and modified and everything else. And
Oh,
they're
yeah.
labeled.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think that there's going to be books that we're going to be finding for years to come. That's why every CGC book is questionable now.
So what it seems like is the lists that are coming out up to this point have strictly been driven by like eBay, Mercari, things like that, online points of sales, and business that was done in private or in person and at a convention. And there was a shop in New York City that this person was also working with that did pressing. Things that went back and forth at a personal level there and were very clearly manipulated.
Yeah.
They're not showing up on any of these lists yet. So we really don't know how far this goes at this point.
Automatic Comics just recently did a video, I think today, and he put this out on IG.
It would just be nice to have some type of clarity on how this list was defined, because like I said, I was thinking that this would have been a complete list of everything this person had submitted. Like, why not be safe on that? Why not just include everything, have everything reevaluated? Because clearly this person was doing some shady stuff for a long time. And I don't know why you would want anything out there that has one of these serial numbers tied to it.
And that's what we were talking about the other day. Like, where does this list come from? How did they put it together? And, we even said that it feels like this person's been doing this for, probably a decade or more.
Well, herein lies the crux in all of this, too. It's not just going to be books. And obviously that is a great point to start at, is if they have an idea, pull everything from that person's account and say, this is everything this person submitted. But equally, what's to say that person, like I said, they've been fully linked to businesses in New York City. What's to say that they just didn't give them that business in New York City and have that business in New York City submit the books? So they're not under that person's name, but that person had those books and manipulated whatever on them. It's, the bottom line is, not to be the bearer of bad news, for somebody that guarantees certification, it sounds like they don't have digital records of everything that they can go back
Until
to with notes
recently.
and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So how are you guaranteeing anything when you don't have a repository and a database?
Yep. Well, I'm going to be doing it now. Sometimes you got to get burnt.
They're going to have to.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get burnt to learn what, getting burnt is. So, it's very interesting.
And I mean, to be honest with you, I would like to see them just flat out say, I don't care if their name was on that list or they weren't. If you think you've got a book and something's not right, send it to us. And if it's misgraded, we're going to eat the cost. That's on us.
Yeah. Yep. They're going to probably have to do something. Well, like I said, I think
that would never happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, it absolutely won't.
Yeah. It sounds great, but that would never happen.
Yeah.
No.
They're going to have to change their fucking case, though. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure. It blows my mind at this point. They've been doing this for how many years and they don't have something tamper-proof on the inside? That's absolutely bonkers to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, I'm used to hearing Bryan say bonkers.
It's a great fucking word, man.
Josh, I'll take one too, just by the way.
Well.
Oh, are you still munching down on all those snacks that?
Yeah, I'm eating I opened the bag of high chews. So.
Oh man, I love high chews so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna continue to hear about this for a long time. This is gonna be a year-long thing, I imagine. So, all right, next. This is craziness that happened a couple weeks ago, but I love talking about these things that maybe it'll reach somebody. Another storage unit has been jacked, and this time it is...
Our storage unit was robbed, and the thieves got away with thousands of our comic books and slabs, along with unopened Lego sets and a dozen Sideshow statues. I was able to compile a complete list of the stolen slabs and provide it to the police, local comic book and pawn shops. We also contacted several local stations and made it on the nightly news a day after the robbery, but we still need your help.
Damn.
One phone call from Public Storage Lemon Grove turned nightmare. Matthew Rosenberg says his and his fiance's unit got broken into Wednesday night. What got stolen is priceless.
That was all my stuff. Those are my comic books that they were walking out with.
A childhood snatched away within hours. Dozens of irreplaceable comic books, figures, even statues he'd been collecting since the early 90s.
The very first book I ever bought in 1992 was taken. These thieves have stolen a large and irreplaceable part of my childhood and need to be caught. We think they might be trying to sell our stuff to other collectors.
So be on the lookout.
If you have come across anyone trying to sell a large collection of raw books, slabs, Lego or Sideshow statues, and it seems suspicious, please let me know. Our storage unit was robbed and
It's a bummer, man. So...
there's a lot of sensationalism there too. Priceless. Motherfucker, no it's not. Every single one of those books has a value and it's dropping every day. You can't replace the memories, I get it, but priceless, my ass.
I will say the one good thing
do
is
they have insurance on
it? Bryan, with Jesse James and Jen, like Jen was Richard, who owns Bedrock. Like it's amazing. Like they've got their own circle within Houston and outside that, and if somebody takes or they question the books that are coming in, like someone's trying to sell this, it's amazing how quick the network kind of runs through. So I feel bad for them. I mean,
what's good for this person is it looks like they have a lot, especially with their slabs, they have records of all their certification numbers.
Yeah. Yep.
So pretty quick and clear when some of those start showing up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy,
well, at least
man.
they submitted all their own books.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I mean, that's how I'm guessing that they got that list so fast, right?
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe he might want to just, if he looks at what some of those things are selling for nowadays, he might want to just get the insurance
if he's
money.
got insurance, he might be
If
better
he had
off.
insurance,
Yeah.
he could just rebuy it all. None of that stuff is irreplaceable.
Are we going
His
down the
first
path
comic
where we
book
might
is.
are we going down the path where we might be exploring his insurance fraud?
Yeah.
Not with that collection.
Yeah.
But I do feel sorry.
but
If those are the books that he grew up on, like, that's, especially because they're all signature series. Like, if those are the books like you bought and you loved and you got them signed, like, they mean a lot to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially your first comic book that you ever bought or you ever remembered owning, that type of thing. So,
or if you waited 6 hours in line for that comic book artist to sign your book for 2 minutes.
But here's the thing: those memories don't go away. Just buy another something is killing your children 9-8. Like the memory.
Yeah, the memories don't go away. But if you can buy a different book, but it's not the same one. Like this is not the one I had that I grew up with and I got signed at a show by Jim Lee or something.
Like this.
It's not it doesn't have the same passion. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, if it was my collection, I had insurance on it, I'd be ecstatic. To be quite
I
honest
would be
with you.
whining because a lot of my stuff is irreplaceable.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And that's the thing. There's a few things that I have that are legitimate one-of-ones. They literally couldn't be replaced. But everything else, fuck it. Somebody wants to come here and steal
Is that strawberry shortcake number one? I mean, is that the one? Because that is one.
Well, I hope no one steals my My Little Pony collection. So
I have the Transformers My Little Pony Tony Fleece.
Oh yeah.
The 1/100. I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good book to hold. It's not going to go anywhere.
I got it and it was literally $20.
It was $20. Did you buy it at Bedrock?
No, but in town.
Okay.
Oh man, I was going through my Instagram looking for something, and I came across this, and my whole mindset just left because I am super high right now, and I saw this. Changed everything. Tacos. Look at that, bro. No, it's a burrito, California burrito.
Oh, that's a burrito?
Oh, look at that.
It's cut in half.
Oh man.
See, at first I thought it was like one of those street tacos.
California burrito, man. Oh my god, dude. All right, sorry. Took me out, just way out there.
No,
I might have to go order a pizza now.
I know, right?
What else you
And
see
so
that
I
has
agree.
The munchies. That looks pretty good.
It's curious in a facility of God knows how many units. They knew exactly where to go and happened to have a push cart to move everything out on.
Yeah, or if maybe that push cart was in there, but it was kind of weird. Like he was there with his family. Like the family was stealing it, right? That was the interesting part. Let me look that up.
So it's really whoever owns that storage unit, that's really their like extended family or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just joking. I have no idea.
Bro, that shit sucks, dude. That shit sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I know we were just joking around about it, but yeah, it really does suck for someone to, lose a collection like that.
Oh, it's awful. But at the same time, if that was insured, fuck it.
I mean, if they have an inventory list like that already, anyways, like they probably already do have some sort of collectibles insurance. I would assume they do for like insurance purposes, anyways, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to BB66. He says, "Here's my idea to save CGC. Put this not $1.99 super chat on the slab." What? Yeah. There we go. What else? You guys got anything else? Drama alert wise? Craziness? Hasn't been much else, right? Other than this CGC stuff.
No.
I mean, we're 6 days into the year, so
how much more do you need halfway into a week of the first year?
Yeah.
Other than the usual suspects now over on eBay.
He's right here,
shit.
but let's not say it in front of him.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead. I mean, this is the time. I mean, I'm sitting in the hot seat, ready.
Under Franco's agent, right there.
No, what are you talking about? I always throw those Wander Franco kids.
Brian, you should have seen your boy last week when we were open packs. I mean, he had so many Wander jokes like that. About
speaking of Wander.
Man.
Speaking of Wander, yeah, you brought it up.
Yeah. I was like, hey, do I leave this in the kids section? Like, because I pulled a Wander card. So they have piles of like free cards for kids. And I was like, does this go in the kids section? Like, And then I was like, and then only people under 18 are going to grab this, right?
Judge orders Franco release as investigations continue. He turned himself in. They were looking for him. They couldn't find him. He turned himself in
with his lawyers. That was a big point of that too. Like he turned himself in with his lawyers.
Yeah. I don't think he. Yeah.
But I mean, he showed up late to his original like hearing or whatever.
Dude was definitely hiding out somewhere.
Well,
maybe he was getting some KFC. You know, things happen.
The girl's 35-year-old mother, who faces the same accusation. So it says here, the 22-year-old all-star is accused of commercial sexual exploitation and money laundering. The judge in the case had several options for ruling Friday: release Franco on bond, temporarily arrest him, prevent him from leaving the country, or demand that he make occasional appearances until the investigation or trial has ended. The girl's 35-year-old mother, who faces the same accusations as Franco, was ordered held under house arrest as the investigation continues. She smiled slightly as she left the courtroom but did not comment. So the crazy thing is that supposedly the mother was blackmailing him, and he was paying her a bunch of money not to say anything. So they're going after the mother too. It says here, authorities have.
It's funny when you think about it. She's 35. She's young. Like in Wander, you think about it. Like she is much older than Wander.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. It says here, authorities have accused Franco of taking the minor away from her home in Puerto Plata in December 2022 and having a 4-month relationship with her with consent from the girl's mother. They accused Franco of sending the mother monthly payments of $1,700 for 7 months and buying her a car, quote, in order to allow the relationship and let her go out with him whenever she wanted, according to the document, which quoted the girl. The girl was also quoted as saying that she had demanded that a local digital media site publish an item about her alleged relationship with the baseball player because she was, quote, tired of her mother, whom she accused of taking Franco's money and not sharing any of it with her. Oh, bro. Like, geez, dude, this is rough, man. Man.
So, does anyone on this panel want to buy some Wander Franco cards?
Only one I want is that Youth Invasion one.
Hey, there's one on eBay that's a PSA 10 that's on auction.
That is the card. That is his card.
That card's actually gone up in price. It's like still like
I believe it. It should.
It's still floating around like $500 or something.
That's like one of those. That's like one of those. Like
great cards.
Perfect is it?
Well, yeah, it's gonna be one of those comedic cards.
Well, speaking of the Billy Ripken fuckface card,
who was the hoops card where the murderers on the sideline?
Did you see this?
No, it's the John Morant.
Yeah.
With the Key Glock and Key Glock is on.
This is like the '89 hoops.
Oh,
it's got
okay.
The two
Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
So check
Mark
this
Jackson.
out, Nate.
It was a heavy R161 bat.
Yeah.
And I wrote it on there. I don't know why I chose that phrase.
You put F?
Face. On it.
Yeah.
And it was designated as my batting practice bat. So when you're looking in the grocery carts full of bats, all the knobs sticking out, and if I'm hitting in a group 445, and my dad is throwing the group, right? And it's 4:44, and I'm still sitting in my chair in the locker room. I know I've got a minute to get out there. I don't want to spend any time looking for this bat. So I could find it easy. It stuck out like a sore thumb, and I could make my group on time. That picture was taken in Boston. I take my first round of BP. I throw my bat to the third base side because we're on the third base side. I run around the bases. I pick my bat up waiting for round 2. Tap on the shoulder. Can I take your picture? I go, sure. Boom, take it. And then I hear about it in January, because that's when the cards came out. So I get a phone call from Rick Vaughn, who's now the Tampa Bay Rays PR guy. And he says, we got a problem. And I said, what? And he told me. And I go, oh, man. And I didn't really get all total recall until I saw the picture. And then it all came flooding back to me. But it was I was not being a bad person. I wasn't doing it to put it on a card. I did it for locker room humor. I wrote it on there just so I would know it was my BP bat, and then soon enough you get caught.
That is the #1 card you will find at any Baltimore area card show. Every dealer has them.
Yeah. That's badass.
Yeah, every dealer has them.
And I'm guessing they have like every iteration too, because there's like several different ones.
We need the artists out there to start coming up with some Beyond Wednesday art, because I'm gonna doing a nice little change on all the art and stuff, and I want to get a fuckface version for Beyond Wednesday. Like, there's got to be something. Like, I don't know if it's Beyond Wednesday's like skeleton dude holding a bat that says fuckface or something on it, or something like. I like how the Simpsons did it with the dupe Willie
Fish
the
face.
dupe, yeah, where it says fish face, yeah.
Yep.
I thought that was great, but like, there's got to be like, it doesn't have to be a bat. It could be. I think that would be a funny thing to do and actually make the card or make, you know what I mean? It'd be awesome.
They've made custom cards where they have like the bat knobs on there, and it's the fuck face.
Yeah.
Card. Yeah. I mean, if Topps actually did a real card with that, like how?
Never. It should be a Topps Now card, and then you have to like prove like, because they have all your birth dates and stuff like that. If you want to like buy it for like, but I'm about to tell you a funny story real quickly about this. So when this came out, I was in 8th grade. And the card, when it first came out, like I was buying the Fleer, and then someone, it came out like this was the card. I remember buying, and Fleer was always expensive anyway, and it was cheaper in '89. It had been like '88, way more. Like, it naturally come down from like $75 a box, like $50 a box, and like $35 a box in '89, and then it came out that card was in there, and the boxes went up, but that card came out and it was like $35, $40. So I think, if you take $89, it's probably like $100 now. So I remember telling my parents, they were like, I was like, this is what I really want to buy. And I had, like $40. I took my report card money, but I had to bring them into the shop because they had to approve that they would let me buy it. So they let me buy it, and I'm telling you, this is the best part. Who got the most joy out of it was my dad. So every time people would come over, like they have like their parties and dinners and stuff like that. After a couple beers, hey, go get that card.
Yep.
Yep.
You're bringing it down and showing people. He's like, see what it says on there? Fuckface. And people were like, what is that? And like, it was just like the funniest thing in the world. I'm like, I think you're having a better more fun with this card than I was. I'm like, I'm not sure I think you wanted me to buy the card so you could entertain with it. So and then when all the different versions came out with the whiteout and the cuts and the black box, I mean, like there are so many different versions. But I do want to thank McClay for sending me. I'd been wanting that card for a long time, and he sent it to me. I was like, finally got it. It's been a long time since I had it.
Yeah, if any of you guys don't know what the Simpsons card is that we're talking about, it's this card right here. It's the Willie the Dupe Dipkin card, and as you can see, it's got the dude that was playing for the Isotopes, right? The Springfield Isotopes, in that one cartoon. And it's just like exactly like the card, and it says fish face, and that. But there's two different cards. Okay, this one that says B1 on the back and says Simpsons Trading Cards Series 2 from Skybox comes in this comic, and this is a lot of things people don't know. This is Simpsons Comics number 4. You can find these in back issue bins, and a lot of people don't know about this. Make sure you open it up and look inside. It is in a little 1 card pack, and it's attached to the
I think
middle.
I have one somewhere. Let me go find it.
And so that is this card, this B1. Well, that card is crazy, right? And there was a bunch of those Skybox Simpsons promo cards. The B1 card, there's only 20 graded by PSA, dude. Check that out, right? There's only 20 graded by PSA. Well, you think that's rare. That's not the only one. The original was the P4 one. This is one that they gave out at San Diego if you walked up to their table they were at. There's only 3 of these graded. These are super rare. And let me see if we can get a back of this. But these ones say P4 on the card, and let's see if we can see the back of it. See, this is what it looks like in the comic, in this little bag. Like that. And it says B1. The P4. The back is what's important. Here's the back of the P4, and this is why everybody wants the P4. It looks like the trading card.
Yeah.
So it says
just like the 89.
Yeah, it gives this average and everything, and this is the super rare one. This is so hard to find. There's only 3 that are graded. They're super tough to find. It says Willie the Dupe Dipkin, isotope second base, height 5'11", weight 185, bats right, throws up, born 6/12/56, New Shelbyville. Willie holds the league record for most errors committed in a single inning with 17. His only other claim to fame is his world-renowned air card, in which Dipkin poses unwillingly with the word fish face scrawled on the knob of his bat. The spiky-haired culprit responsible for the foul misdeed has yet to be apprehended, and Bart's in the background of the card. It says, do you really want to know? It says a batting average 199, home runs 0.75 because he reached third and pulled a hamstring.
Sounds better than Billy.
Yeah. He says, do you really want to know? Willie never really liked playing baseball. His true ambition was to play the flute for the new Shelbyville Philharmonic. Unfortunately, the spiky-haired culprit scrawled the word flute face on the end of his instrument, and Dipkin left the orchestra in a frustrated rage in 1992.
So I found mine.
Oh, you have the... all right, let's see here.
Remo.
Yep.
3,
so,
not 4.
And then you
Close.
can see the back.
Yep.
But you can kind of see like what kind of packs in too.
Yep.
So
Can't hide mine.
And then front cover, back cover.
Yeah, look for the bus man too. A lot of people
man.
don't realize that. Yeah, it's the flip. So, but yeah, this one is super, super rare to find. So, it says.
It kind of reminds me of like when you explain the Nintendo One magazine.
Yeah.
The difference between like if you know what to look for, just that little.
This one says, this is from a blog that wrote about it. I do not have anything love related to my collection, and being single during St. Valentine's. I have finally hunted down the Willie the Dupe Dipkin P4 promo card. It's similar to the Dipkin B1 promo card except for the back, which contains his stats. The card is based on the Billy Ripken Fleer card and has been on my radar since mid-90s, but I wasn't having much luck hunting one down for a reasonable price. In 2014, I found the B1. It doesn't talk about where it came from, but I'm almost 99% sure that it came from the con, San Diego that year. If anybody can verify that, that would be great. So, all right, that is a drama report. Let's let our boy David Lee Roth guide us out.
Can you hear me out there? Hey, man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
Never gets old.
Never gets old. Love it, dude. Love it. You don't take no
I gotta
shit.
start saying that at shows now. Like, hey, pal.
Yeah.
Don't squirt water at me.
And make sure you point.
Yeah.
So, what's everyone think about this whole Thunderbolt situation?
The Sentry stuff.
It was a heavy R161 bat.
Sorry. Yeah, I think it's something that is going to happen on a lot of shows coming up. I'm going to run and let my dog out real quick. I'll be right back.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm not upset that they'll have to recast that role.
No, it didn't seem like it fit in the first place.
No.
At all.
Terrible casting.
Sweet. I got my pizza in. It'll be ready at midnight.
Hey,
It's
can you bring me a slice?
I actually ordered calzone.
I'm like, it'll be ready at midnight. I'm like, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Central Time. Yeah. I went back
he's
in time.
got 20 minutes.
Hey, that's why I got the sports almanac, was to go back in time so I can.
Dude, I
know
saw
when to
that. I
get the-
watched that today. That was great.
Yeah, so I didn't intend to ever open it, but it was really cool that it came with a shopping bag and the receipt is like inside.
It looks great. So
and then
cool.
like I don't know if any of those actual sports stats are factual or whatever, but inside it actually has all the written stuff into it. So I thought that was really
Yeah, that's very cool. It's very cool.
and it ends like at 1984 or something like that, like on some of the sports.
Is that actually when the movie came out? And sadly, I saw it in the theater. I should know, but
I think it was like 80 something. I can't remember.
So the funny part was like the first one came out, and then the other two came out, but the other two came out in like the same year. And it's like
the 2 and 3,
versus like, and then 2. So 84, maybe because that one came out first. So I just that was part 2 was always my favorite one.
I want to answer this comment real quick. Yeah, I'm knocking McDonald's, and I'm about to go eat a pizza. But I mean, like, I'm not vegetarian anymore, so like, I just choose not to eat at McDonald's.
Is pizza less healthier than McDonald's?
It's Italian.
It's all moderations, right? Depends on how
everything's
much you eat.
moderation. Key to moderation.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I had McDonald's tonight, but I'm still gonna sit here and say it's gross, like it is. But I still ate it.
What'd you have?
It's not good for you.
Yeah. Did you have the nuggets?
I had 2 McDoubles. That's
You didn't do a McGangbang? You didn't do a McGangbang?
It's just McDoubles for me.
So I went to my roommate from college. We went to something back. This is years ago, and the guy stopped taking his order at one point because he thought he was kidding. And I was like, he's not kidding, because he was 6'8", 315 pounds. He's like, I want 2 of those. I want a 20-piece. I want a milkshake, 2 fries, and he just kept going on. The guy's like, no way. And I was like, he's not kidding. I was like, he'll eat every bit of it.
My brother, one of his friends in high school used to eat the family meal from Taco Bell by himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's horrifying.
When I was in college.
Well, I mean, like one person eating that. That's
What is that? What is all in that? I probably could have did that back in the day.
I mean, I think it
Josh,
was like.
you probably do it now.
It's like 10
I could probably
tacos.
do it now if I really wanted to.
I think it's like 10 tacos, a couple of the different burritos, and like something else.
I can still tell you, seeing Peyton Manning at the line at Taco Bell when I was in college at 4 a.m, like 7 people in front of me, just like every other kid in college.
So I think 4 burritos, 4 Doritos Locos Tacos, 4 regular tacos, 2 orders of nachos and cheese, and 2 orders of whatever their fries are called.
I've eaten 24 of their soft tacos before in one sitting, so I think I could probably do that.
Wait. How much were you medicated beforehand?
Minor details. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
that's performance enhancing drugs. Though.
Me and my buddies wanted to have a hot dog eating contest, a taco eating contest. So one day we called up Taco Bell and we're like, yeah, we need 100 soft tacos. And they thought we were lying. Like, we went and picked up the order and they were like, we don't have an order for that. And the person was like, oh, I thought you guys were joking. And so then we went to another Taco Bell and got it. But I think I ate like 23 or 24 of those tacos. So
you almost ate your half.
Yeah.
Josh, did you get my Christmas card?
I did. It's hanging on my fridge.
Okay.
I put it on the fridge. That's how special you are.
It's almost like a Simpsons joke.
Nope, I'm gonna leave it up there all year. I'm gonna take pictures of it randomly and send them to you.
I don't need them. I live with it.
Well, you gotta share it on Instagram now.
The only problem is that, like, it almost looks like, I was telling Anna, I was like, it almost looks like he's superimposing, like he's right in front of our Christmas tree. I was like, she's like, yeah, I think it's the matte finish versus. She's like, I should have done glossy because I was like, yeah. I was like, but so.
It's good.
My mom
shit.
was not happy with it. She was like, "This tie is crooked." And, like, I mean, Judy is very things need to be in line.
All right,
Brian, did you see the snippets from Action 1061, the panels?
Mm-mm.
So it seems like Jason Aaron is using 1061 as a criticism of modern comic writing.
What?
Yep.
Did it just
so
come
he's
out?
using, yeah, earlier today they put the preview panels up. I'll drop it in the private. So in essence, he's using Bizarro as a mechanism to tell the stories of multiverses and how everything is changing and this, that, and everything else.
Reveal my pizza toppings. It's a pepperoni calzone.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah.
No pineapple? Come on.
Oh, dang!
Derek, it really is.
I messed
Wow.
up. Yeah, but it's a calzone. Like, is that good in a calzone?
There's nothing bad. Like, if I say, like, is there anything bad in a calzone?
That's true. I should have added jalapenos and
Oh,
pineapple.
dude, definitely
Ham,
jalapenos
pineapple.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Wow.
With the
That's
pepperoni.
interesting. I think that's interesting, man. I don't know what to think anymore. I think that comics have become so much more than just
Wait, so what did it say?
superhero tales. I just lost it. Hold on.
Oh, but before I leave to go grab my calzone, can I open
You
this?
can eat it
this-
here.
You're not even getting it delivered?
I mean, don't be an asshole.
Oh no,
I want to see it.
I used to be a delivery driver, and like I don't get people to deliver my food, so because I know how I was with their food.
Oh, by the way, Solo, you're right. Just so you know.
All right,
One's
so I'm
going
gonna
out
I'm gonna
tomorrow.
open this before I leave.
Monday.
Wait,
What is it?
this is a 2023 Topps Inception box I picked up during the card show I was at today.
And just so anyone knows that Yee actually owes me a Francisco Alvarez autographed rookie Inception.
Yeah, so I'm trying to pull
And a
another
Kodai
one.
Stinga blue rookie. So
I mean, that I had that set aside for you. You know, I have a pile of cards that like you might be interested in.
yeah, I have to find something for you like you would like. I will find
So
something.
we could trade or cash or whatever.
It says
You
here,
can take Alec.
Jason Aaron debuts on Action Comics 1061 with a fresh take on Bizarro. Bizarro faces a reimagined
cool.
world critiquing constant comic multiverse changes. A darker, weirder storyline emerges, diverging from traditional Bizarro tales. Action 1062 and 1063 continue the narrative. That's interesting.
Oh man, talk about synchronicity. Look
Oh,
at the
boy.
first card I
What'd you
pulled.
get?
Yeah.
I gotta send it to the kiddie pool, right?
Good thing you're over 18.
I know, right? Tristan Casas, rookie. Ooh, Garrett Mitchell, rookie. All right, here's my auto, Mackenzie Gore. All right, I'm kind of disappointed in that.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It's a nice auto though. I mean, like the way he signs it.
Jonathan India, green.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. Steven Strasburg, and then I like this name on the back card.
Oh
man, Volpe.
Nice.
Volpe's
Yeah,
be good.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but India, Bader, and Alonzo all play together in the same team at Florida.
Nice.
Yeah, they're a really good team.
I think I've almost opened so much Inception now at this point. I think I almost have the 100 card base set.
Well, you just need to get rid of that Alvarez. That thing's a piece of shit.
I know it's not auto. Dang, you know.
That's it doesn't look like it's much. I mean,
did you get this, Yee? You got this, right?
What is that? Oh,
Jason
yeah,
Aaron writes Superman.
The 1 in 10?
Yeah, the 1 in 10. Okay. I have like a stack of like 4 or 5 of them.
Can't hide money.
When Superman's doppelganger discovers a secret about himself, it unleashes the most dangerous version of Bizarro the world has ever seen. And then 62 says the shocking second chapter of worst Bizarro story ever. Jason Aaron's first time writing. Man of Steel tapped in a world gone mad, and Metropolis transformed into a city of Bizarro. While Superman struggles to save the lives of people who despise him, he's also battling the most powerful Bizarro of all, the one inside his own mind. And then for the finale, he says Bizarro sees the Man of Steel making his most shocking team up ever as part of the mind-blowing final battle against the Ultimate Bizarro.
So what are people complaining about?
It's not really great because I haven't seen the Bizarro since like the Red Hood and the Outlaws, and I thought he actually fit in really well with the. It was a good story until they, I think it ended at like number 50.
So it's not so much a complaint. You have to basically translate the panel as Bizarro, and they have the quote in there if you translate it back through. So the second set of panels, the quick translation is: multiverse is always changing, always crisising. Worlds are never staying where they belong.
There you
Because
go.
you have to remember with Bizarro, everything he says is the
Is
opposite
it
of what he actually
I just, what's the problem?
So basically, what's being suggested from all this is Jason Aaron is using this as a platform to say that all these things are constantly doing whatever, and there's a problem with it. So he's taking the stance that Bizarro just wants things to stay how they were, where he has everything, but in reality, everything is changing. And then it goes to a discussion with Clark and Lois about what was going on with Bizarro and Clark's outlook as to Bizarro. Bizarro to me has always been a really good character. He's a tragic character.
Hell yeah.
So is this how he actually wrote it, or is this just people assuming that this is how it was meant to be taken?
It is a direct translation of the panel from the book, and then you convert it to Bizarroism.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. And Jason Aaron is the type of person that I feels like would push buttons like that.
Huh. Does Jason Aaron say anything about it on his IG or anything?
Nothing yet, but the panels just dropped today because they're it comes out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I would expect in the week coming up, folks to say more and bring more about this up. I don't know. I'm not a huge Superman person necessarily, but when you pull in things like Bizarro, I'm inclined to give it a read.
Yep, I love Bizarro.
I think his first appearance is always like never talked about because was it Superboy?
Yeah,
first shows up. Like no one ever.
This is a book that's coming out this week, right?
Yeah. To me, when I think Bizarro, the thing that always comes to my mind is that panel from Green Lantern 25 of Bizarro eventually getting killed, and he's crying because he realizes he just wants to die and he can't die.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Another book that's coming out, Ultimate Spider-Man. Billy said to check this one out. This is funny enough being written by Hickman. So Hickman's doing Spider-Man. There's a ton of variant covers. And it says, the new Ultimate Spider-Man for a new Ultimate Universe. Revolutionary writer Jonathan Hickman and acclaimed artist Marco Cicchetto bring you a bold new take on Spider-Man with the debut title in the new line of Ultimate Comics. After the events of Ultimate Invasion, the world needs a hero who will rise up and take on that responsibility. Prepare to be entangled in a web of mystery and excitement as the all-new Ultimate Spider-Man comic redefines a wall crawler for the 21st century.
Yeah, I feel like Hickman's problem with the whole X-Men stuff, and it's the same problem I have now, just make one fucking story.
So
don't make me pick up 57 other sub-stories to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be nice just to keep it within this. And you got all new firsts of Earth 6160 characters. So, Peter Parker, Harry Osborn, J. Jonah Jameson, Jane Watson, May Parker, Richard Parker, and May Bell Parker. So there you go. Here is the Cicchetto design variant, so you can see. Hopefully his art looks better than that in the inside.
That's bad.
Yeah. That doesn't look too terrible, but
no, that's good. The rest of it is not
rough.
good.
That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. This and this. This. Yeah.
Spider-Man looks like he ate the other quarter of Josh's Taco Bell order.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit looks rough. Here is the Stegman variant. That actually looks pretty good for Stegman. I like that. It's interesting. But Billy said it was worth everybody checking out, so if he's saying that, I'm going to take his advice and I'll check it out.
It's going to sell well. It's also going to be really heavily ordered.
Wow, look at that. That's the 1 in 100. That's actually
really nice. And
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be really cheap because I'm sure there's a bazillion exclusives.
Yep. 1 in
Just read it
25
for free
Tony
online.
Daniel. Wow. There's the J. Scott Campbell. Pass. I like Kari Andrews.
It's a little busy. I like it, though.
Oh. Alan Qua. A lot of Spider-Man characters.
I feel like Alan Qua has done one cover and then just copy-paste with a different character for the past 4 years.
Yeah. 8-bit variant.
Matthew Waite.
Delato. Ariel Diaz. That's not bad at all. I like Ariel Diaz. Yeah, that Marquez regular cover, or the variant and the 1 in 100 are nice.
Wait, so when's this come out?
Tomorrow. Or the 10th.
Oh, okay.
The 10th, it says. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Then in terms of exclusives, I know there's a hodgepodge. I know KRS did one that's an homage to the original Ultimate Spider-Man one.
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, I saw that.
Ooh.
In Yuckley.
Yeah. After Casada, I thought this cover was Bagley. Was it not Bagley? After Joe Casada.
That one in particular will probably be sold out because they're limiting it to 600.
Scotty Young. This is going to be available on a store. That's the other thing. Like, a lot of these books are going to there's going to be so many of them. And I think that's what we're going to end up seeing a lot of is these books are going to be available on these artist stores. Like, the Scotty Young, the Batman book is still available. And it's selling for more than you can pick it up for on eBay, which is weird. People just
I
want
was
to go.
impressed like how well his Transformers did. I
Yeah.
mean, first, second, like they just
blew what blows my mind with that is the latest release. I guess it's the 5th or the 6th print or whatever. He's doubled the print count and raised the price $5 a copy, and he'll get it.
Wow.
Yep.
God.
And just like I get, make your money while you can, but ultimately, I feel like people in comics still, creators now that are really exploring exclusives and things like that, that it hasn't hit them over the head yet. The more you saturate your product, the more you're devaluing your brand.
Yep. I
Yeah,
agree.
there's truth to it. Yep, that's fair.
I agree. All right. It's not pronounced Chiquetto. It's pronounced Coquetto. Okay, thank you, Dennis.
Dennis?
Yeah, I will remember that. Coquetto, not Chiquetto. All right, let's get into our FOC real quick. Let's go check out our boy Lefteros and his great FOC coverage that he does along with Cover Price. Make sure you guys are following Lefteros on IG. Starting off with the Animal Pound second printing of #1. Read this book. It is excellent. I read it on the advice from Funhouse, and it was very good. Very, very good. So, did you guys read Animal Pound yet?
No, it sounded like it was just the same
No, but
thing
I've heard
as
it's
that
really good.
Animal Farm one.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. Moving on. This one's badass. Batman 142. This is the cover F, a foil variant of the Joker by Giuseppe Camicoli.
Wow.
Yeah, that will if that pops. If the foil's good on that, which it probably isn't, that will look.
No.
It would be
In DC,
awesome.
They just started using crappier paper as well on
Yep.
their books, so it's not gonna.
Yep.
Their foils
Crappier
are too
covers.
dark.
Covers specifically.
Their ratio foils are always good. Their open order foils they cheap out on.
And now everything's cheap, so.
Yeah. Next, we've got the Batman 428 second print, the alternate ending cover by Jim Aparo. So he's alive. Thank you. He's got a big smile.
Man.
He's
The sad
holding
part
it.
is, I know I have to buy it just because of the cover.
Yeah.
Like, just to put it in the set.
Just like a ton
They
of
got
other
me.
comic collectors out there now.
Yeah, they got me.
Oh, man. This Birds of Prey Lobos cover is...
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Birds of Prey number 6, cover D. The Ski Chalet variant.
Yeah, she's got D's all right.
Well, it's not the Ski Chalet, right? But it looks like it should be. Jesus. It's Marvel that's doing it. Is it DC that's doing the Ski? No, Marvel is doing the Ski
That's
Chalet
Marvel.
stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, wow.
Yeah,
That
Fuego.
is a great cover. Star Wars Plants vs. Zombies. This is going to be a free comic book day 2024. This is going to be a first appearance of Nubs and other younglings. I love this character right here, dude. What's his name again? I forget that character's name.
I don't know. I just remember him like the one that looked like him in the.
Is
the
it
new
Nubs? Maybe it is Nubs.
High
Is that
Republic.
Nubs? I can't
Yeah,
remember
I don't know
his name.
if that's Nubs or the bear thing is Nubs.
Yeah, I thought that character's name was different. I love the story about his
The bear's nubs, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. I forget this character's name, but he's got a great storyline about the helmet he wears and shit. It was really good. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ronin 2 Re-Evolution number 1. It's got another one of those great Gonzo covers, the Dia de los Muertos covers. So, Michelangelo version.
Leftovers put in there Quart. That's the name because the mask.
Yes, that's the name. Yeah,
Yes,
Quart.
yeah,
Yeah,
nailed it. Yep.
Quart. Yeah. Ultimate Universe Spider-Man number 1, the free comic book day version. So what do we got here? Print run when this will be high, but the solicitation states in no uncertain terms that it will feature the debut of a powerful Ultimate Universe hero. So there we
It's
go.
a nice segment cover. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Why does Cap look like he just ripped a fart?
and he's the only one that knows about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a number 2 or is that just a false alarm situation?
Yeah, he's questioning it. Void Rivals number 2, 5th print.
Wow.
Man, they're going deep
Good for
on
them.
this
At
one.
least if they can actually sell it, it keeps going to 5th print. I mean, good for them.
Yeah. Shout out to Lefteros and Cover Price. Make sure you guys go check out his IG. He's doing good things. Let's go look in on our boy Billy at Economics and Comics. See if there's any cool books that we missed. This is an interesting one. Suicide Squad Kill Arkham Asylum. Shark cover.
Wow.
Yeah. That's nuts. There you go.
Did they get a black and white Batman Lives with Robin? The black
Kneel
and white?
Before Zod. Oh, what is this? Ariel Diaz.
How to Lose Guy Gardner in 10 Days. That's a fantastic title for a book.
Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't that look like the chick from Boys? that plays the Wonder Woman character.
Yeah.
The girl who was on the plane with
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Is there a
looks just like
description
her.
for the story?
It says, look at all these writers. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Love
it's
is
probably
al-
the Valentine's Day issue.
Love
So
is
usually
al-
those are like collectives.
Love is almost always followed by some sort of conflict, whether you're Plastic Man twisting yourself into knots trying to please someone, or Flash traveling back in time to make a catastrophic 51st dates perfect, or even a lonely robot who just can't seem to find love unless it's from a computer screen like Red Tornado. Love actually is a pain in the 27 dresses. So in the grand
They
tradition
take
of
all the different parts from different movies. Love Actually, 15 Dresses, all that kind of shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering where the hell that came from. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Is that a movie too?
Yeah.
There's the black and white one.
That's gotta have that one.
Yeah. Mignola cover. That's nice.
That's such a great cover. I would love to know what that original art, where it is, and how much it sells for.
I'm not a fan of the coloring on that, man. It's Finch, but
Something
looks
about
like
the
a,
Joker just looks off to me.
yeah, it's the coloring. I want to see the
It
art.
looks more like Freddie Williams.
I want to see the art, the actual sketch art on that. House of Slaughter 21 Ashcan. What?
Who cares?
What does it say here? Witness the first chapter of Jace Boucher's final story in the Butcher's War, following on the heels of the red hot success of Something's Killing Children 21, number 21 Ashcan. This limited edition black and white Ashcan House Slaughter 21. Yeah, man, they're really.
Do you want to know how something isn't limited edition? They tell you it's limited edition.
Yeah. Dark Souls. Wow. Here's a good Alan Quall cover. It looks like. That's badass.
That's
cool.
really good.
Yeah. Holy cow. That's amazing. Is that Alan? That's got to be. That says Quall, so I'm guessing it's Alan Quall. Jeez.
Popular video game franchise, should do well and probably will be underordered.
Yeah. Batman City of Madness with a Christian Mord cover. A Cthulhu Batman looks like.
It's alright, read.
Is it?
Yeah, I started
magazine
reading that
size
a couple days ago.
Check that out.
It's alright. It's they copied Immortal Hulk. So there's like a Gotham above and a Gotham below, and that's Batman below. So that's why it's like alright, but
I saw this
art's
Sinister
killer.
Sons thing. This is super weird, man. They're, instead of Robin and Bat and Superboy, it's Sinestro's son and what's that chick's name? Is it a chick or a dude? Sane or
Sane's actually a pretty good name for.
Say, isn't that Zod's kid?
Yes, it's Zod's kid. I thought it was Darkseid's kid. Remember, wasn't there a Darkseid daughter or something? That was a badass. Whatever happened
She
to
looks
her
a little bizarro.
in Darkseid World, but maybe
Well,
it's
the
not.
top different colors, right? Or she got like bald and
Son of General
hair on one
Zod.
side. And
yeah, there's no hair.
It is the son of General Zod. You're right, and son of Sinestro. So I thought it was what was her name? Grail. Thank you, Rated R. Grail. Why? That's another character that was a great. Dude, that Darkseid War was a great series. I'm surprised they haven't ever done anything good with that Grail character. Dude, look at this
It's
other.
DC, I'm not.
Look at another Lobos cover. Power Girl Uncovered #1.
I see he's keeping up with the beach ball quota.
Yeah.
He showed me the
I'm already
original.
worn out on his stuff.
Yeah.
He showed me the original art for that when I got to meet up with him at.
That's cool.
It
at
was
Bedard.
quite the collective of artists that were listed on that, by the way. I don't know if you caught all those.
Dude, this is amazing right there. This one?
Yeah.
So's a Micah
Art by-
Franco. Jesus. Raza.
Oh wow, that is an impressive list.
There's the Sway cover.
Man face.
Yeah. Big time, dude.
I can only imagine what the hands look like.
Dan Mora. That's a good Dan Mora.
I like that Mora, but like it doesn't look like Power Girl.
Yeah.
I like the Mora.
I like the Betty White version over there. The second.
Yeah.
This
looks amazing. Lipstick
Yeah, that's cool.
click 2, 3. Wow, dude, that's fucking beautiful. Scout Comics.
Oh, but it's Scout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks good. I'm gonna have to check that out. It's issue number 2. I wonder what number 1's like.
See, I have a problem with this. It's from the IP holding company. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I don't care.
They do shady things.
Oh, I know. That's when they identify themselves as the IP holding company.
See, I still didn't know that they did issues 2 or higher.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean,
they are the Netflix of comics.
Yeah, where you just see issue 1 and then you never hear about it ever again.
I want
unless
that
it has
Young
a weird
Romance
spiral.
facsimile.
But nothing
the
that
last
follows.
issue
right?
of Young Romance.
Yeah. It's pretty
Ramita.
interesting. Comic
That's a
Tom
great
thinks
cover.
that publishers are doing too many facsimile books. Which I think is hilarious.
Well, didn't he do a facsimile book?
Yeah, a couple of them.
I was about to say that's quite the
Hey,
insight he provides.
It's only problematic if they don't have the logo on the front. Then the
Yeah.
logos are totally fine.
Wow, look at this one. This one's pretty dope.
That's really good.
Yeah.
You know, they seem to be doing a lot with Trinity.
Yeah.
They really do.
Great design, man. Great
Yeah,
design.
what was the weird thing I heard about this? Where like they're saying that Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent are both of her dads. I heard someone talking about that, and I was like, huh?
Says, featuring DC's brightest new star Trinity, discover Lizzie's earliest adventure as she takes the world of heroes by storm, reprinting the character's first appearance alongside hilarious tales of the little Amazon and her super son babysitters. This special will be an instant classic for fans old and new. Plus, a brand new story from an all-star creative team behind Wonder Woman will tease the future of Diana's daughter.
So
All these covers are good.
The new
Wow.
Wonder Woman series. It's been pretty solid, and the art's been very good. The covers have been really good as well.
Wow,
The DC interior art's always better than Marvel art.
Oh, light years. I mean, like, I give them a lot of credit. They're doing something with a brand new character, and they actually seem invested. And that's something that I find that, like, we struggle to really say about both of the big two.
So, what do you think about the Moon Man stuff? This really interests me. The Kid Cudi comic. Number 1's on FOC, and they've got some interesting covers. This is the Matt Taylor 1 in 50. Let me pull it up.
Who's publishing it?
Image.
Real publisher.
Look at
at
that.
least.
That's crazy, dude.
It'll do well. I mean, name
Yeah.
brand, if anything. I don't know how good it actually internally is going to be, but
I don't know if it'll do well either, but
This is the Sanford Green 1 in 20.
it's a sharp cover.
You know who needs to get a retailer exclusive variant for this book, or no, who needs to do art on a retailer exclusive variant for this book? I think you know, Josh. Art by Fitz, baby.
Art by Fitz. I was thinking Art by Fitz.
Yeah. We need to get Art by Fitz to do a Moon Man cover. He'd be great for it. Wow. He's have you guys seen much stuff by him lately?
here and there. I mean,
He's been killing it, dude.
I stopped listening to him a long time ago. Once he came out with that rock album, I was like, yeah, I'm good.
No, not Kid Cudi. I'm talking about Art by Fitz, dude.
I thought you were talking about Kid Cudi. I was like,
No, this dude's been killing it, man.
Your walk of life. Somehow we are all affected by the monopoly.
He got a studio and just been putting out some great art. Yeah, look at this. So, if you guys don't know who Art by Fitz is, go check him out on IG, Art by Fitz. He's very much influenced by Hebrew Brantley, who's another great creator, artist, extraordinaire. And
he'll have to hang out again sometime.
Yeah, he's a great artist.
See, I really been popping my shit.
He would come back on too in a heartbeat. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Let's somebody get him on Moon Man issue number 2 or 3, whatever it takes.
Yeah, I know they dropped the signed ash cans in New York, and those seem to do well when they dropped. I don't know that anybody still cares though.
Here's Duke number 2 is on FOC. Batman Offworld number 3. Superman World's Finest Annual. Dan Mora cover. World's Finest has been excellent. Nakayama Damian Wayne cover. Robin, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's Nakayama.
It's not good, dude. Yeah.
It does the same stuff over and over and over and over again.
It's boring.
That Godzilla cover looks cool. That Justice League vs. Godzilla cover.
Oh yeah, right here.
Second print.
Yeah, that is.
It's probably going to be a toughie too, because the other second prints have been really underordered on the series. They've all sold above cover.
Yeah, that is cool. Lilo and Stitch.
I like the negative space one.
Conan is supposed to be really good too. I might have to go back and read this Conan stuff because everybody's talking about it being really good. Philadelphia with a Savage Dragon cover. Is anybody reading this Edenwood? It looks cool as shit, man.
Yeah, I saw like a cover the other day, or the number 3. I was like, I missed that because I was like, if I could find 1 and 2, the art looks incredible.
Demon Kings, Witch War Council. It looks really interesting, man.
Sounds like Tony Daniel.
Yeah. Let's see here. Ooh, what's this? Divine Power Made Me. That sounds interesting as hell. More Scout Comics stuff. That looks bad. That looks awesome. Looks old school, like Japanese art, right? That's sick. Virgil, the victim of a fanatical cult, is confronted with profound questions about the universe and nature of his existence as he journeys through the afterlife. Death becomes the catalyst for an adventure that defies his imagination, revealing unimaginable horrors and a glimmer of hope that motivates him to reunite with his recently deceased parents. Throughout his dangerous quest, Virgil encounters treacherous landscapes and endures trials that challenge his determination. In the realm of the afterlife with its perplexing rules, he forges an unexpected alliance that navigates through worlds of mystery. Sounds like Dante's Divine Comedy, right? Virgil and going through the afterlife. Yeah. I might have to check that shit out. That sounds interesting, man. Divine Power Made Me. Yeah, that looks good right there. That variant, that cover B. Yeah. Last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution. What is this? Does anybody know what this is?
That's with the new Turtles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so expect a tick on Last Ronin 1 issue 5. If people care.
That's a cool looking cover.
Oh, I still have some.
I don't care. Those aren't the Turtles to me.
That is a cool looking cover. Canary 3, that's a cool cover. The Agent. Sirens of the City. That looks interesting. Boom. Dark Souls. We already talked about that. My Bloody Valentine. What's going on here?
They are releasing a book.
The band?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, that's one of the bands that a lot of people don't realize probably influenced your favorite band.
Is it about a band? I mean, that says a 1981 slasher classic. So
Yeah,
I
it
think
says
it's a
here.
movie.
No,
it might be. It might be off the movie.
It says here, it's the cult classic slasher smash hit straight from the 80s, My Bloody Valentine. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the mines, Harry Warden turned Valentine's Day into the town's personal nightmare. Okay, so it's not the band.
Yeah, it's just like the American Psycho and all those other ones.
Yeah.
There's someone else who just dropped that was a band that just did a comic.
Kid Cudi?
No. No.
Basic Instinct. Look at that one. Whoa.
Where it's a band and not just a solo artist, right?
Correct.
There's the Shazam, Dan Mora. Shazam's really good too. That's a dope Conan cover.
My band dropped a comic. No,
That would be cool. You should, bro.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was kind of playing around with the idea in my head. I was like, I don't know how that would really play out. But I mean, other than basing it off of like albums and stuff like that, I think that would be kind of cool.
Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, a Sidem cover. Always got to look at the Sidem covers. Ooh.
I'll wait until the record label money comes in. You know.
Yeah. Good luck. Robotech, Pathfinder, Wake of the Dead, Orcs.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for that to ever happen. But
Yeah.
I mean, if it does, awesome.
Lilo and Stitch, Dark Souls. That's a blank cover. More Dark Souls covers. Conan, Coda. That's a crazy
Dillinger
cover.
Escape Plan.
Wow, Dillinger Escape Plan's got a comic coming out?
Yeah, DEP just dropped. It was on the same. It was on Sumerian, so they just dropped a new comic on Sumerian.
Wow,
Oh, that's badass. I'm gonna check out Sumerian's website right now.
Batman, Birds of Prey. That's a cool Birds of Prey cover.
If you don't know already, check publishers' websites for stuff.
Terrible. Let's see here. What else do we got? Local Man.
Okay, but the whole thing about Dillinger Escape Plan, the first two albums are the only good albums.
What are you talking about, dude? The one with Mike Patton's badass.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just the first two were always my favorite for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first singer.
Yeah.
More Edenwood. Dead Lucky. Dark Ride, number 10. Look at that. That's cool. Charred Remains. That's interesting. When does the new Ghost Rider come out? It's going to be interesting to see Batman World Finest at the annual. It's going to be interesting to see who's the new Ghost Rider. Or the Spirit of Vengeance, I guess. Alan Scott, Green Lantern, number 4. That's a dope cover. Holy cow, is that good?
That's really good.
It's a great read, too.
I tried, dude. I tried.
I thought it was great.
I
I'm
did my
excited for
hardest.
issue 4.
But that is fucking badass right there. That's for sure.
So what did you not like about it? I'm curious now.
I did not like the fucking thing that we talked about. I thought it was a little too much, man. I thought it was a little too much for my liking.
But he's not picking up prostitutes.
It's inferred to me. It's inferred that it might not even be prostitutes. I wasn't a fan of it, man. I didn't like the whole thing where he kind of used the Spectre to almost like do this weird thing. Even though I'm not a religious thing, it felt like this weird pandering that he was doing with the Spectre to like.
Well, the Spectre is the like human embodiment of the wrath of God.
Yeah.
So that's why he speaks.
Yeah,
godly
but so why did he speak all lovey-dovey? Like, it's okay, dude. You love them. It's okay. Like, that's not how the Spectre. If you read the Spectre, that's not how the Spectre talks or does stuff. I just didn't like it, dude. I thought it was very weird.
So the Dillinger escape plan thing, it comes with a depending on what version you buy, they have a vinyl record with it too.
I'm sure it's going to be a limited run as well for it.
It's like pre-order because it comes out. Oh, it says it's supposed to come out in Q4 of 2023. So I guess it's already out, huh?
It's already out. Is it on? Can you buy it at Sumerian?
You can.
Ooh.
I'll put the link in the.
Oh yeah, fucking A. That's interesting.
I think I'm gonna buy it. Yeah, I'm buying it.
Here it is. For anybody that's interested, just drop the link in the chat. E.
Am I allowed to do that?
You should be a mod, right? Are you a moderator?
The comment has failed to post. Oh, let me log into the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'll do it. I got it. It's easy.
Okay.
It's easier for me to do it.
Gotcha. All right.
That vinyl looks awesome, but I'm sure it sounds like dog shit with the pressing details that are on the top of that.
Oh yeah, but it's one of those things that you buy to keep sealed and then resell later.
Yep.
Wow, dude, that's interesting. Look at that! Holy shit, $100.
There's a version that's like 150.
Yeah, it comes with a deluxe hard slip cover or some shit.
So this is the 150 version? It comes with these coins or something?
No, the coins are the 100 as well. It's the slip covers. So see how that's a black cover on the $100 one? It's a gray cover, which I think is just the standard hardback.
That's interesting. What's it about? It says, a string of assassinations made by politically motivated killer known only to the public as the Quill serves as the spark to ignite a full-scale revolution. Set in a technologically advanced American city in the not-too-distant future, Vertical Interrogation Corps has seized all means of production and capital available, creating a financial synergy unlike any that has ever existed. Employees work and live in this living city-sized factory, supporting the lives of the ruling businesses class while subjected to living in tenements. The Quill is never seen but soft-spoken hero of the lower class. What's that? Basic Instinct? Oh, okay, this is other shit. There's the pressing right there you were talking about.
Yeah. Anything that's listed as having, quote, heavy splatter, I'm good. That's never going to get played.
Yeah.
I know what that means. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. What up, dude? His shit's all fucked up.
I saw Rhino's text or just his comments about boom, 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 boom. I was just dying laughing.
What did he say? Impossible for Dillinger to sound like shit.
Come up.
I almost like Dillinger more than my kids. That's funny, dude. All right. I think that's it for FOC stuff. All right, you there?
Hold on. We forgot the single most important book coming out next week.
What's that?
Already.
Josh, how many have you ordered? And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, are you talking about Fire and Ice?
No, I'm talking about the BTS manga that's dropping.
Oh, well, I haven't heard about it, so I haven't ordered.
They just announced it like last week, and apparently it drops next week. It drops on the 10th. It's going to be from the same people that did that Taylor Swift book, except this one's going to be manga styled.
Oh god! Well, that's cool that they're doing manga
style. Are you
style.
assuming that he listens to BTS because
no, I'm
because all the Taylor Swift stuff he's bought?
No, I mean I'm just assuming that he's in tune enough to see that or have heard that.
It'll probably sell well, but There's a lot of people that listen to BTS.
I've got one
arguably
5-year-old in the house who can sing every fucking song.
Yeah.
Yep.
All the younger kids love BTS.
I like BTS. I'll be honest.
Yes.
It's like a Korean boy
pop band. K-pop.
Didn't they have like a Lego set or something like that? That went
They
like
had like everything at this point.
And they have one song with Coldplay and just My Universe.
BTS is definitely.
You should see that they're about to do another show. Dillinger, kind of like a reunion show.
Oh hell yeah! Are they playing like Furnace Fest or something like that?
I think they're doing a couple of fests, but they're doing another show. I think in New York around the same. I think at the same place they did the last one, where they did like the 2 or 3 shows in a row, and Patton was in one of the shows. Yeah, Patton came and did his album with them. And I think Tomahawk played or something like that.
So my friend's band, she got to play Furnace Fest this last year. This coming up summer or fall or whatever when the show is. It's like out in Alabama. It's the very last Furnace Fest, and then you have like bands like who is it? Like Poison the Well. They're doing like a reunion show for that. I think like Stretch Armstrong had gotten back together to do a set.
Where did they go to Bama to do it? Did they go like because like if honestly you only have like one city or two. Like you've got Birmingham and you've got nothing, but you have Talladega for the which is not like 20 miles from Birmingham, which is where you have for the NASCAR races.
You seen this the metal cruise?
Oh God, that sounds fantastic.
No, is it old school
the lineup,
shit metal?
No, the lineup for this upcoming metal cruise is like I know Poison the Well's on it. I know Chimera is playing at it.
Is Wellhaven on it?
Lamb of God's playing on it. Huh?
Wellhaven? Wellhaven's playing with Poison the Well right now because they're doing Poison the Well's doing their whole album. They're playing that whole album in a concert.
Oh really? Yeah. See,
which one is it? Are they playing their first album? The opposite?
No, the second. I think it's the second. Red? It's here I'll show you. It's my favorite. It's
the black and white covered looking one with the with like the pinup girl. Yeah.
Yeah. This one right here. You Come Before You.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's that one.
Oh,
yeah.
You Come.
That one's sick.
Yeah.
I thought that was their third album.
Maybe it's their third album. This is my favorite one, dude. It has that
best
tone.
Was one of my favorites. This is a good one too. But like Tear from the Red, those two, like amazing.
They're playing with Wellhaven. It says here, Los Angeles, the 5th. So they just played. Wow, with Wellhaven and Hope's Fall.
Yeah. Did you guys know Bruce Dickinson is actually signing in Midtown? I think January 17th.
Yeah, I think you talked about that. That's badass. Headbangers. Here's the cruise. Headbangers Boat.
Yeah, that's it.
Lamb of God. Lamb of God's good.
It's in Birmingham. Oh, nice. Def Clock is getting back together to play shows.
Exodus.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh, Exodus is on there.
Yeah. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, Exodus.
I hate God.
Shane Smith's gonna be doing the. I thought that was Dave Smith for a second. Shane Smith and Mike.
On this,
wow, that's a good lineup.
On this page, I've opened up for Lamb of God, Chimera, Unearthed. Those are the only ones I got the chance to open up for. Chimera, Lamb of God, Unearthed, Bleeding Through. No, I didn't get to do Bleeding Through. But I'm thinking about trying to go on that cruise. That'd be sick.
We should do a Beyond Wednesdays cruise. We should do a comic book YouTube cruise.
Oh boy.
I like Poison the Well more now than I did when they were doing kind of in their heyday.
Oh man, that was my high school. Like all my friends were all jamming that. But I mean, I think they're close to like our age, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really started to. You know who I this past week I've stumbled upon Anthrax album that I hadn't heard in a long time.
Oh boy.
the Sound of White Noise, I think it's called.
Yeah, that was actually when they changed. It went to John Bush, I think, on that album. He's the lead singer.
I think so.
And it's a very good album.
Black Lodge.
I mean, number two
was
the big song. Like Only was the
Only.
I think it was number 2. But there are a lot of really good songs on the album.
That's one of the best albums I've heard. In fact, I don't think I've really listened to any other Anthrax as much as I listened to that one. Black Lodge is one of my favorite ones on that one.
Black Lodge, number 8. Yeah, it's a great song.
So are we all signing up to go on that Comic-Con cruise? Is that what we're deciding here right now?
Is there a Comic-Con cruise?
Yeah, you don't remember them advertising that?
No.
Last
year.
year.
Real quick on this Dillinger, is that a Dillinger thing with a comic in it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a graphic novel.
Yeah, it's a graphic novel.
I can't.
You can get it right now on Sumerian.
I'm buying it right now.
It's
I just
$100.
bought it. Like, I bought it with the vinyl, the $100 one.
Can't hide money.
I'm thinking about getting into vinyl, and if I had it, Dillinger would be one of the ones. I mean, they're one of my favorites. My buddies got to open up for them here at Fitzgerald's, and they got destroyed because they weren't as heavy or close to the sound. This band called Name Given, they got destroyed on it.
Hey Ryan, the song, if you want an Anthrax song to listen to, besides like the Public Enemy song with Anthrax is fantastic, Brain Noise, but Among the Living, number 6, Indians, great song.
Among the Living,
number 6, Indians, that's the song.
One of my favorite bands to see at Fitzgerald's was Converge, and I got to see
dude. Downstairs.
Downstairs.
Yes, yeah, it was sick. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, that was a good show.
That's a good band. The singer has a cool little documentary that's about 20 minutes long or so. John, his
art prints are amazing.
He's a great artist.
The singer, and then the guitarists in that band, they record all their own stuff. He has and then several bands record at his studio. Like it's in Salem.
Mass.
So, Salem, Mass, where all the witch trials happen and stuff like that. And
actually, it's now Walgreens.
Yeah. But their studio is badass. They do some really intricate stuff for recordings. So,
all right, I'm gonna go over.
And I was like, I got to jump on.
I'm gonna go over some IG art here. Starting off with this piece right here. From The Creep from 6 Feet Deep, it says, Cursed number 1. Now that Cursed number 1 is out, I thought it'd be fun to drop the inks for the cover and a few inks from the stories and poems inside. Thanks again to everyone who's been involved in this. So I don't know what this is, but it just came out and it looks pretty amazing. It's a comic, I guess. Says here, thanks again to everyone who's been involved in this, whether contributing art or buying a copy. Simon, and Maggots, and myself are really thrilled with the response and look forward to getting started on issue 2 soon. But man, look at that. That's crazy art. It's badass.
Yeah,
check it out.
Man, I want to do a music channel so bad.
This is a sick sculpture that this guy did. Razor Ramon sculpture he did for somebody. He goes by Screaming Bullseye. Aaron Fowler. He does a bunch of these sculptures, and this looks badass, dude.
I feel like it's sitting there saying, "Hey yo,"
right? Look at that, dude. That's badass.
I'm talking to you.
Chrissy Zulu. This is the Chrissy Zulu watercolor practice that she posted on her IG just recently. Beautiful, man.
It is
gorgeous.
She's really good.
Oh, dude,
that is fantastic.
Look at that. It's just, yeah, she is next level. This is crazy. Gazing into Infinity, and this is from Rachel M. Silva. It looks like. Look at that.
Nate, write that in private chat. That song down again.
I want to be that person's optometrist.
look at the little. There's things in each eyeball. There's like happy faces, hearts. It's weird. This is beautiful right here. Drawing by Jeffer Lowe on ArtStation. So Jeff Jeffr LO. Look at that. Wow. Great decapitation piece.
Hey Nate, send that song in private chat so I can have it written down. I'm gonna put it so you'll go look for it.
This is Killer Napkins. Super fast 2023 recap of the most of the stuff I was working on throughout the year. This dude just does some crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, look at that.
That's sick. Mm-hmm.
It's all badass. Love that dude's art.
It'd be cool to find out. I wanted to find out how to do stop motion art too. I think that would be cool to like do some, like try to do a project with stop motion or whatever it's called, something similar to that.
And this is perfect for a Tool song playing in the background. Deck Art, DEC Art. He goes by on IG, and this is awesome. Super badass psychedelic pen and just awesome. Let's get some of the music.
Sounds like Tool.
It is Tool.
Oh, okay.
That is.
I don't know that song. I didn't keep up with Tool after the first few albums because they got.
That's a problem, dude. You're gonna have to change that. This is a super kick-ass Oppenheimer piece of art painting of Oppenheimer. You could tell it's Oppenheimer's eyes just by his eyes, but it's a skull. Via Viral Boa, it looks like it goes by Viral Boa. That is definitely worth a follow. Look at that, dude.
Well, if anyone would know the skull, that would be you.
I mean, that's perfect, dude. Those eyes.
I like how the jaw, you can see through it, see the back. That's cool.
This dude's badass. You guys ever seen this dude? Double R rugs. He does these custom rugs. Look at this.
Oh wow, that's a rug.
Yeah, it's the Venom Lethal Protector. Yeah, and he's making a rug, dude.
That's kind of cool.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Are you kidding me? That's so dope.
I wonder if it's gonna be red, or if it's gonna be white.
Looks like it's blue and white.
Silver.
Hopefully he keeps it white, like the platinum, like that silver platinum. What is it, Italian one, Josh, or what's the platinum one?
The silver one.
Yeah.
Platinum.
I mean, it looks like he's still going over the cover.
Yeah.
It's just like outlines. So.
Yeah, he's just doing blue and white. Let's see if he has any more. Let's go take a look to see if he has any updated versions of it. Wow, look at these, dude. Look how good these are.
Oh, that is cool.
They're super bright. He does a good job. Look at that. That would actually
really
be
vivid.
Right? That would be cool to have.
I wonder how he gets it so vivid.
Oh,
how long it'll stay like that.
Nate, you need to get one of those a TMNT one for your son.
Yeah.
Especially since your wife did all the wall designs.
Made the whole thing his room the sewer.
Yeah.
I was trying to hang up the blimp the other day.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I mean there's.
Oh, it's the first song on their top songs.
Because they remade the blimp, right?
Yeah, we have the new one, and so and we still have to order like the one wall where it's going to be like the backdrop of like New York skyscraper, and then you can have like the turtles jumping from the different skyscrapers.
Nice.
This is awesome. Carl Dahmer, and it's just him just drawing some crazy
Dahmer, huh?
Yeah.
Never saw it coming.
Carl
Drawing
Dahmer.
a skull, huh?
Melting acid skull. Like he did on his victims. Look at that. Ugh. That'd be a sick sketch to get, dude.
But But would you really want to meet a Dahmer in person?
Long as I can walk away.
Zach Blevins. Look at those badass skulls.
Insects aren't utilized enough, you know?
Not like that. Look at that.
The insects are so eerie, they could be easily, yeah. Reminds me of like, what band is that?
We talked about
Curl the Burl.
James Shannon not too long ago. Look at that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right?
Oh, that's sick.
That's Mid Journey. And then I think we talked about this dude too. Airbrush. This dude does badass airbrush stuff.
See, that's another
Blacklight too.
Yeah, Blacklight. Yeah, these are shirts.
I think about trying to get to models, and I want to try to learn how you do airbrush.
Yeah,
like, if I could learn how to do it, it'd be cool.
That's a great piece of art by This Is Blase. We've talked about this artist before, but the worst place you can be is in your own head.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like if you ever ran into that like tripping, you know, that'd be tripping.
Yeah. And that is
that'd be tripped out.
IG art for this week. All right, you guys got any pickups? Pickups?
I already did mine earlier.
No? Josh, you got any?
I don't think so.
Nate,
did you eat all your snacks already from yesterday? Wow.
No,
that's impressive.
But I don't want to show off snacks.
I kind of like see Aaron's calzone and then Josh's tacos.
Yeah. You have any pickups, Nate?
Yeah, I've got actually. So my parents, this is actually my Christmas present. It came today.
Whoa.
It's Gil Hodges, 52 Bowman.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks really good. I think now I have all the Bowmans for Gil Hodges.
Nice.
Nice.
That is dope.
Oh, did you see that whole 52 top set sold on Golden? They were all at least a PSA 5, I want to say, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's sold for $300K.
That's it.
Yeah. The entire set graded. It was
What
like
was the
300K.
mantle?
5 and above, and it's 300,000.
5 was the mantle was a 5?
I'm about to say if a Mantle, Mays, the Matthews, the Campanella, I mean, like all that stuff, I was like, that seems a lot cheaper than I would expect.
I mean, I thought it was kind of crazy that you could buy an entire set, you know, with someone that spent probably just like on just the mantle, basically. I mean, I don't know how much a 5 sells for.
A lot.
Yeah. It's, the numbers.
The market's dead. Market's dead, you guys. It's fucking for 90%.
I mean, I can double check. I can double check to make sure.
No, you know your numbers. You know your stuff. So I don't know that. It's like, man, that's like wow.
Just the numbers.
90% of the market is just fucking taking a complete dive. It's
Brian. I don't know. Have you opened the box of the Art of Hockey? There are 5 cards.
Yeah, you talked about your box. That one you had all the Hall of Famers.
So I don't know if I showed this. So here are your 5 cards. Yari Curry.
Yeah.
It's a pretty Yari Curry.
Leaf though, that's the only problem.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Ray Bork.
Wow. 2 Hall of Famers already.
I love the Red Wings, so this is the best part for me. Like, better off.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
It'd be nice if like one was white, one was red.
Yeah, and it was an autograph.
Do you have your Red Wings?
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
Lindros and Brett Hull.
Wow.
I thought this was. I was like,
2
man,
more Hall of
this is the
Famers.
best card.
4 Hall of Famer autographs.
And then, if I was a big Canadians fan, this would probably mean a lot more.
Dude, all of those
It's
are Hall
a nice
of Famers.
card. 2 of 4. Larry Robinson, Guy LaFleur. I was like, not bad.
Wow.
Did you rip it
I
all
think
in
this
the
is
shop?
pretty good. Yeah, I think this is a good box.
Did you rip it all in the shop and then?
I would say so.
I didn't rip these in the shop. Actually, they had a big sale on hockey cards, and I just went and got the boxes. I do have something I want to show you guys. I have not had a chance to actually dive into it, but I think you'll appreciate it. And it weighs 15 pounds. So,
oh, wow.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I have one more item I do want to show.
Ooh.
Make sure to tip Jeffrey Date on the airbrush.
Are these the new?
So this is the omnibus of all the art and the whole story behind G.I. Joe, the cards, the art, everything that went into it.
Oh my god,
that's
dude.
cool.
And if you guys aren't familiar with it, this is the original collector's case. So that's what they copied to make it.
Yeah, I had
And
one
it
of
opens
those.
up.
Oh my god, dude.
The guys who actually did it are these guys over here to the right. I don't know their names, but they actually picked their favorite figures. and this is just like we had the case. But this book, I mean, like, I haven't even had a chance to open it yet. Christ almighty. Look at this thing.
Jesus, dude.
Oh,
God,
it's going to be a humongous
Bible.
thing. Seriously.
Is it nothing but figures and stuff?
Stories. I just got this a couple hours, like 2 hours before the show started. And so these guys had gone through and met with all these original G.I. Joe designers with Hasbro. I find out, how'd you come up with Snow Job? Behind it, what was the story behind it? And so, like, all through,
Wow. The Art of Joe, a real American hero, celebrates the painted artwork of the legendary toy line that dominated toy aisles from 82 to 94. Comprehensive art hardcover includes restored scans and photographs of every carded figure, vehicle, playset, and peripheral product from this era. Wow, dude.
it is this was the part I took out of the book. Like, once you open it up, they all picked kind of like their favorites. And you can see, like,
oh, dude, that's
Snow
amazing.
Job. And this was the original art, like, that was on the first pamphlet.
Wow.
And I can't imagine, like, getting into the book and seeing the stories between Ron Rudat and all these guys. I mean,
that's really cool that they're individual pages too.
Yeah,
of the artwork.
I think I know that guy.
Yeah,
but
never seen that character before. Who is it?
Yeah, but they have it on here. So yeah, they've got at the bottom like all the different ones and who picked what. But and then
look at this.
I mean, it's crazy.
This is awesome, dude.
That's the cover of the omnibus.
How much is it?
It's 150. And literally, I saw the UPS woman. I felt so bad for her. She's carrying this box, and she looked like,
wow.
How dare you, sir?
Hey, it's in her job description. She should be able to carry up to 50 pounds.
There was no sleet, no hell. I mean, it was insane.
What's the difference?
I mean,
1982 and 86 have been completely remastered. Here we see the original restored 82 Zap mint on card photo and the all new restored. Oh, okay, so they're better photos.
Mm-hmm. So they've got every photo, and they've got all the different parts of every year, and then stories behind like what happened. Like you can see like the
look at
Judge
this, the
magazine. They're
Yeah.
explaining it, and then like what happened between direct.
That's cool.
I mean, like, it's
Dude, I gotta buy this. I have to get one of these. This is so awesome.
That's right up your alley, right there, buddy.
Do you want the difference between Heroes Nacional and G.I. Joe? I mean, like, it's just, and they've got different emails and letters to people, like what they said.
That's dope.
Yeah, dude.
This overview between Tomax and Zema, like how they actually came up with them.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to buy this, dude. That's a great freaking pickup, man. Congratulations on that.
Look at these things.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That's awesome, dude.
It is.
So I got one more thing to show off real quick from Christmas. my brother got me one of those Gundam boards, and then this is the one I pulled, the Wing Zero.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, because I opened the first one I got, because I bought one on my own.
Yeah.
Just because there's 3 different boards. I was like, what are the chances of me pulling the same ones? And so I did
pretty good.
Yeah.
So, well, the first one I pulled a Tall Geese, and then on this one I pulled a Wing Zero, and then and so.
You got any pickups, Binky?
Nope, nothing this week. My mail's been a clusterfuck. I'm dealing with some USPS issues. It's a fucking treat.
I'm dealing with the same shit, dude. What about you, Ryan?
No, I've just been pulling. I've been ripping some prism. I was trying to see if I got any cool prisms that I ripped, but nothing
Hobby
really so
or
far.
retail?
It's hobby. I haven't got anything.
Did you pull a Color Blast or duo?
No, not yet. I got 4 more packs to open, but I haven't pulled one yet. I pulled this out of a blaster for Donruss. It's Vortex, but it's one out of 10. It's number 4 out of 10.
Oh wow.
But that was just the other day. I pulled that, but I haven't pulled anything
should've-
really cool.
I should have messaged you earlier. There was a card show at the Marriott.
Yeah. Y'all always said I should have told you about this.
Yeah, he takes all the good cards. Like, oh shit, I should have told you.
I mean,
they're all gone.
I
now.
mean, we can go all hang out next week at the Conroe
Yeah.
show and go.
No, I'm like, yeah, for sure. Let me know.
Yeah, there's some big cards there.
And we can go annoy Coy, at his restaurant.
Heck yeah, let's do it. But yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm hoping that these last 4 packs of Prism that I open up, that there will be something cool like that. Because
did you pull your auto yet?
And no, I haven't. So it's gonna be in this last 4 somewhere.
Hey, Brian, one last thing. I think I forgot to share this. The 1/250, David Mack.
It's an expensive book.
Wow.
Okay.
You're enough Duke.
Talking about hiding money.
Yeah.
I got plenty Duke 1s if you guys want some.
You're saying I can't hide money.
I just like how I think it's mentioned like Duke has Cobra on here and the Baroness highlighted. Cobra Commander actually has Cobra Commander on his. I was hoping that actually, or maybe they fit together. So we'll see.
They connect.
Do they?
Yeah, it's a connecting set.
Nice.
Not bad.
So that 52 set sold for $305 after the buyer's premium. For comparison's sake, about a year ago, 6 sold, just the mana alone, for $204.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like a 407 card set, right, or something.
Yeah, it's a tough set.
400 cards. Eddie Matthews is the last card.
Okay, 400. Okay.
Damn.
Still, yeah.
I did end up getting all of that small collection from that I was showing a couple weeks ago for 300. So I just got everything rebagged and board and organized, and now I'm about to go through and mark out the keys and stuff like that. So
nice.
Once I do that, I'll kind of let you see. I'll pull some stuff out of there that look pretty good.
Nice. All right, you guys.
So that means I get first dibs then, right? I get first dibs.
For sure.
If this wasn't another super long episode, we would be hanging out in the Discord afterwards. But I'm gonna take tonight off because I'm not feeling too well, so I'm gonna go call it a night. But if you guys want, the Discord is open. Go hang out in the lounge, the live show lounge, and if you want to shoot the shit after the show, people can go do that. And other than that, we'll all see you guys next week. Starting off with what do we got? What do we got coming up? What's first? I think Flipside's having their 300th episode coming up, right?
Oh, is it?
Oh, nice.
I think so.
Is it coming in?
So maybe you'll see some of us on a Flipside show here next week, just to for old time's sake. So
I'll show up here periodically for old time's sake. It's kind of fun.
Make sure you keep your eyes on that, and then we'll be back Wednesday night on the Wednesday night review. So make sure you guys follow all these guys' IGs and all their socials and all their other stuff, and you can find people's information below. I'm going to be updating all the stuff, a lot of the art and a lot of the intros and stuff. I'll be keeping certain aspects of stuff just because I like them, but adding new aspects. Constructive criticism is wanted, so please drop anything that you guys have any suggestions for in the comments below the YouTube channel, including you, Dennis.
Share his calzones.
We'll take yours. We'll always take your constructive criticism. And
share your calzones.
And pineapple does go on pizza, just saying.
All the you artists out there, shout out to Alex Garcia, shout out to Tomb, shout out to, there's a ton of artists that have been part of this channel for a long time. And if there's any new artists out there, I'm looking for new art for the channel. I'm going to be hitting up Alex Garcia to be doing some work with some logos and stuff. But if you guys have any ideas, hit us up. I'm going to be creating an art channel art room in the Discord, making it public for that to come up with new cool shit for the channel. And let us know if you guys got any ideas. We're going to be doing. I really, really, really want to get in touch with somebody who owns a shirt printing or a screen printing company to do shirts for the channel. I don't want to do press or whatever it is, or any of the cheesy stuff, because I want to do cool stuff like put writing on sleeves, or put writing in different areas other than the chest, or have stuff on the back and the front. Like, I want to do cool stuff. I don't want to just be limited to just one image, like on the chest with Teespring or something. So if you own a screen printing company, hit me up. We want to do Beyond Wednesdays gear and cool ideas and stuff. So we're going to be branching out this year. 2024 is going to be crazy, and we're going to try and make it positive. So that being said, much love to all these guys that help me out and come hang out on the show, and much love to all you guys that watch. We're out. Peace.